I'm gonna need more Dr. Pepper for this one. Ka-chow.
Thank you very much.
My point is, you're wrong.
No. No. Can I help you?
I wish you could, mate.
Who needs optimism when you have The Sims? Welcome back to my air conditioner free living room and to Build Help Live, and YouTube is having problems already. What's going on there, buddy? Don't know. Cool. Alright, well, hey, we're live on TikTok, live on YouTube. It's Build Help Day, first Monday of the month. I try to fix your stuff. Sometimes it goes well, sometimes it doesn't. If you'd like to be added to the queue, let me know. All I need is your gallery ID and the lot title in the chat, and I'll add you to the list. So we'll see how it goes. It is a holiday in the United States. Happy Labor Day. That means a lot of you didn't work today, probably. I don't know what jobs you have, but it's a common day to have off. So I hope that those of you who had the day off were able to rest and enjoy your day. You don't get the Discord ping anymore. Yeah, I'm trying to fix that. I think I did the, I think I must have done the permissions wrong. I'm still... This Discord server we've made is the first one I've ever done, and I'm still learning a lot about how it works. Even after having it for years. So I think I did the permissions wrong. I will try and get that sorted out, as well. Because it should... Also didn't get the ping. I think I know what the... Because it didn't... I'm struggling. I redid the channels, which overall I think is an improvement. Initially, Pingcord was not even sending notifications, and then it sent notifications but didn't embed, and now we have a notification that embedded but apparently didn't actually ping people. So I gotta go into permissions again and figure it out. Still here in the stream, please say your name if you need to. Fair enough. Enjoy your homework. I will do my best to keep up with the list over here. Oh, also the ping worked for you if we need confusion. Heck yeah. Amazing. Swell. Fantastic. Love that. Great. We'll figure that out. I wanted to do a little mini dance party for Megan's birthday. We'll see if this works. So there you go. I wasn't sure if that command still worked. It's not super popular these days. Anyway, thank you for spending some of your birthday with us. If nobody has anything to get started with, there was one new one on the hashtag. This one by Sea of Sorrow. House decoration totally a mess. Helped redecorate. We can definitely take a look at this. I don't know if you're here right now, so I'll just have to go with my intuition, but we could take a look. Is the gallery working? You can't search for any lots. It was initially no lots were showing up, but once I actually went and searched, my hashtag stuff started showing up. So I would recommend try searching. Maybe try a hashtag search. Yeah, because initially when I opened it up, it was just empty, and I was a little bit scared. But we're working now, so hopefully we're all right. I think this is... Is this Newcrest or is this Willow Creek? I can't quite tell if that's the park back there. Ugh. I think it's Willow Creek. Anyway, 3020. I'll go take a look at that. Which I think is over here. Maybe. I think it's this one. It'll be close enough. Anyway, isn't The Sims great? It always works so well. There are never any problems whatsoever. Ever. At all. Let's see. Oh my gosh, this is gonna replace build mode. Crazy. Can you get feedback for a house you need to renovate? Yeah, sure. Whoops. Why would The Sims have problems? I wish I could actually answer that question, honestly. Oh, I didn't say hello to people. Let me say hello to people. I'm sorry. Who's here? Karime is here doing homework. Rose is here. Megan, Emmy, Jamie, Kilo, Matcha, Mateo, RMJ, and Spirit. Thank you all for being here today. Again, if you have a build you need help with, Kilo, you're so funny. Let me know your gallery ID and stuff in the chat. Oh my gosh, my brain is fried. Hello.
Hello.
So, the description on this one said, my house's decoration is totally a mess. Help redecorate or anything you want. So, obviously we're not going to redecorate an entire house right now. But we can take a look and see if we can identify some of the problems and how to rectify them. I'm not a huge decorator, but I'll do my best. Remembered at the same time, we must have had a brain cell joint moment. So... like, if we look in the garage, I don't know that we really need to do much else in the garage. Garages are pretty garagey, you know? Only so much you could do there. Honestly, this feels like it's supposed to be a mess with decorating. And I'm a little bit confused about why there's a wall missing. So this doesn't feel like something that needs to be fixed. This feels more like a challenge than a build help situation. You know, Like, clearly these were very intentional decisions to put the concrete floor in, to put the desk chair here instead of a living chair, the piles of newspapers and stuff. So I think this is very well done as a decoration challenge, but I don't think this is something that I can necessarily do today, if that makes sense. Hello, Pure Energy. Welcome in. Good so far. We've been live for a whole, like, 5 minutes, so very exciting. Whose build is this? This one was just on the hashtag. It's by cofsorrow, because I didn't have anybody in chat with build help stuff, so I figured I'd just grab one off the gallery here. And I think that this, yeah, I think that this is more of a challenge, because it's not like, I don't want to offend people, but I'm going to say, sometimes, okay, frequently, you can tell if someone was trying to do it well and just doesn't know what they're doing, so it ends up looking bad, versus someone does know what they're doing and did a good job making it look bad. This is by someone who knows what they're doing and did a great job making it look bad. So, clearly you know what you're doing, so I don't think there's much insight I can offer here, but if you guys are looking for a decoration challenge, you can definitely check this one out. So there you go. I don't know the last time we started a build help stream without anybody in the queue. I kind of don't know what to do, because I think we did this one last time, and this one. We did that one, and did we do this one? Maybe. Layer on some real grit and grime and grossness. A werewolf band lives here. Oh no. Karime's here to solve our problems. Whoopsie? I don't know about that. What would you like me to roast? What do we got? You heard I didn't have a queue. I don't have a queue. Which, I mean, worst comes to worst, we'll just make the Tiny Town map tonight. Like, I'm not gonna not stream. It's just odd. Must be the holiday. This is so cool! What? Excuse me. That's going to my library. Thank you very much. Stealing that. Up to me, definitely don't look at the old ones. So we're gonna scroll down. Ooh, I want to do this one. Tiny rustic home. I'm doing this one. 20 by 15. I'll go across the street. Ooh, shiny. I mean, I'm gonna look at the old ones anyway, because you told me not to. Ha. Unless you really want me to do a different one, you can let me know a specific one, but I'm gonna do this one, because it looks like an excellent education opportunity. And that's what we're all here for, right? Education. Hello? Not this again. Sometimes it doesn't actually let you scroll, and that's very annoying, and then you have to, like, re-sort it out. Tiny rustic home. Just a really cute tiny rustic home. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Let's see what we can see. Ask for a roast and say don't look at these. Education and chaos. Exactly. So, this is going to be a roast. I'm going to yell about this house, and then we're going to talk about some things that we can maybe do to fix it. Problem number one, there's absolutely no terrain paint here, which just, it makes everything just look just weird. It looks more like a sticker being attached to something rather than actually like a part of it. Lot title work in progress. Absolutely, Megan. Your EAID is Meggie? And then numbers, but I don't remember the numbers. I'm so sorry. We'll get there. We'll get there in the end. Need help with landscaping and roof. Oh, I love landscaping and roofs. We could do that. Alright. Speaking of landscaping, the landscaping here is absolutely abysmal. If we're trying to go for a cute cottage, and this is what you're setting me up for, and then you're not giving me any cute cottage landscaping, I am very mad. Have I done any Tudor style builds? I freaking love Tudor style builds, dude. I love them so much. I have on YouTube currently one like video essay / tutorial about the original Tudor style, like the half timber style, as well as the American Tudor or Tudor revival style, because they are two separate styles. Obviously one of them was like medieval, or well, late medieval, was it 14 to 1600s or so. So anyway, like sometimes I get my time periods mixed up. The other one was 1920s in the US though, slightly different. So I have those full tutorials on YouTube. I have a handful of different Tudor half timber style builds on my gallery, and I am always down to check one out live on stream as well if you have one that you'd like some tips in. I would love to take a look at that. If you want to give me your gallery ID and the specific lot title, I would love to take a look. It is one of my absolute favorite styles. I'd like to say you've come a long way. You sure have. You want to do a roast, but you forgot the build name. You can't access your gallery. Well, you have an hour to figure it out. That's how long it takes for the roast to reset. Anyway, so first of all, I'm mad about no landscaping. This is annoying. Thing number 2, we have two somewhat large glass windows here, and then just a giant solid door, which is weird. I know what's wrong. Hang on, I turned the music on for the kid. That's what's weird. I'm like, why am I hearing music? I don't even know if you guys could hear it. So, we have windows that are not evenly spaced on the wall and a solid door next to big windows. Kind of looks weird, especially with the brick. It's not generally a combination we have. Also, how did I not realize these mailboxes were so tall? Oh my goodness. Oh, we have flower boxes directly on the ground, which I guess isn't the worst thing ever. It's just kind of weird. You did switch out the default roof texture, but you didn't switch out the trim. It's fine. These windows are about 6 inches off the ground. It's fine. Sure, whatever. We have bushes. Did you just decide to do a sampling? This is like a sample platter of landscaping. We're just gonna have one little bush here, one little cube bush there. Oh, I'll have a row of hedges here. And I have a whole... We have planter boxes, which is great. We have a lot of yard. We have a lot of yard we could put these planter boxes in, but instead we've wedged them in the corner where we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 unusable slots in those planter boxes. I do my house, Mom. You don't remember building this? Well, too bad. Is that Tex snickering in the background? I don't know what he's doing. He's in the kitchen doing things. So we have a massive yard, and we've decided to waste the space and make 6 of our gardening plots unusable. The grill has no foundation under it. That makes me a little bit concerned. Very bright table, though. That's great. Who needs a gate? Who needs security? Honestly, and you know what I really, really want is to have to walk all the way from the farthest possible corner of my house. We couldn't have the front door on this side, so it's just a short walk down the side. No. We couldn't have a gate on this side, so it's a walk around the corner. No. We have to walk literally the furthest possible distance all the way to the backyard. What is this? There is backyard access. There's a gap in the fence. There's no gate. Who cares about security? Who needs that? Who needs security? We have a chimney that is completely unsupported. That's gonna collapse. Is it even connected to a fireplace? Let's find out. No! No, it is not. There is no fireplace. You just have a completely unsupported chimney for no reason. There's no back door. Man, it would be so nice if we had space for a back door in here, but it's just so crammed. It is so crammed. We just can't do it. We just can't. Good. What? Why? The rug. Why is the rug only on one side? Is this the good door? You have the good door and the bad door. Is this one jam? Is this one stuck? So we walk in. We're just going to follow the carpet directly to a peninsula. With another peninsula, you have 5 dining chairs, 2 living chairs to watch a television that's off-center. Technically, this room does have space for the Murphy bed to fold down. Health hazard, but who cares? Not an interior wall to be found. No, that's not fair. There are interior walls. There's one interior wall down here. All right, so there is an interior wall down there. We have a very busy wallpaper with busy art. Love to see it. Let's just give everybody a headache. Why not? The rug isn't... What? The television and the rug are centered to each other. And then this is centered... actually... Oh yeah, no, it is centered to the wall. But these aren't centered to each other. Oh, that was the other thing I wanted to say. 5 dining chairs. Oh, this is the bed. This is it. This is the bed right here. So max 2 people living here. That's a lot of dining space. On the gallery, pure energy 72. Alright. And you said it's a Tudor style and you need some pizzazz on the front. I'm gonna pretend that that's what you said because that's what my brain is remembering. How many Z's are in pizzazz? It's so many. Anyway, so yeah, your seating to bed ratio is incredibly off. I don't know why the computer's right next to the door. I don't know why the the windows are 2 inches off the ground and your curtains are clipping into everything. Do you know how fast your house is going to catch fire? What is this? Show one of your recent builds? No, it's a little boxy. Oh, boxy is good though. Boxy is good. We need an intervention here with the curtains though. Why? What's this? What is this? We've got a window, we've got a curtain rod, and apparently there wasn't enough structure for the curtain rod to be hung onto, so we glued the picture to the window so that we could mount the curtain rod on that. It's fine. You have questions? I have questions. The structural support architecture drawing couldn't even center this. Oh, heck no. Man, I just wish we had space for a back door. That would have been so nice. What's that? You have to use a bathroom? No worries. You can go all the way down the purple hall of death. It's labeled though. So of all the doors in this massive hallway here, at least you're going to know which door the bathroom goes to. What is happening here? I don't know. I don't know what's happening. This floor is really nice. I'm so glad we went down the concrete pink stairs of doom. By the way, no risers, so stuff's just going to fall in there. Sucks to suck, I guess. Nobody's going to get through there. It's just going to be a pile of trash. What a beautifully luxurious bathroom. Wow, I'm so glad that we really maxed out all 82 tiles of this 100 tile micro home. This was just such a killer use of space, as in you're killing me. Listen, I get you have to recycle artwork sometimes when you don't have a lot of packs. We can't even hang them at the same height though. Imagine going to the bathroom middle of the night and having to climb the flight of stairs, right? Or then, okay, what if you go to Sam's Club, right? You go to Sam's Club, you get your like 3-month supply of shampoo and conditioner and bars of soap and everything, and you're carrying it down the stairs and you slip and fall and it all falls between the cracks and it falls back here. What are you going to have? A big pile of soap just sitting there for the next 100 years.
I have an opinion, and that opinion is my opinion, and it will not be my
The
opinion.
giant cactus in the bathroom. Yeah, it's so that if you go to dry your hands in the night, you'll remember, oh, this isn't a towel. This is spiky. We have to go over here. It is camouflage, though. It kind of blends in. That's mean. This is mean-spirited. As a micro builder, this hurts my heart. I love building micro homes. We could change so many things. Okay, so brief education moment, because that's why we're here. What could we do differently? For starters, this bathroom does not need to be this big. You could literally fit all of this into a bathroom half the size. So that would be a place to start. Putting it in the basement serves literally no purpose. So there's absolutely no reason to have that in the basement when you could very easily put it upstairs. You could put it here-ish. Put the whole bathroom right here. You could have a back door here and just get rid of this area here. You only have 2 people living here, so realistically you only need 2, maybe 4 seats if it really works out well to have that. This does not work out well. This kitchen to bedroom ratio is completely off. Also, having such brick is just a heavy material, right? So having a heavy material with a slightly more traditional folksy aesthetic with the windows and the flower boxes and everything, and then having this super solid door, not the best look. I would definitely swap this out for something with some glass or just a slightly more traditional sort of front door. Can you add your build to the queue? I would love to. So that'll be Handicab 26. Lot title is Reno and Add Room. And cool. Fabulous. Wait, there's not even a kitchen sink? I didn't even notice that. You're right, there's just a dishwasher. Yeah, so anyway, fixing the front door, adding some landscaping, and just making the windows be at a reasonable height and location on the build, I think would change this a lot. So I think these are all base game. Let's just do base game. Base game, base game. When this lot was built, we didn't have that many front door options, to be completely honest. Not great. Here, how about this one? Alright, so we're going to do a different front door. We're going to move the windows up. We're going to put the flower boxes actually on the wall. There we go. Maybe even a little bit of terrain paint, and it would just, like, it's a house now. Yay! Not a dining room table, just a wall of counter. Exactly. Yes, yeah. Yeah, so anyway, there you go. I yelled at a house for you. I hope you're happy. Terrain paint, guys. Terrain paint, and consider how far your Sims have to walk to get stuff. the door needs a little awning or something, that would also be very cute. I think that this would also be a great candidate for my just add a little bit technique, which is just add a little bit. So then, well, in this case, I would move these to be more like this, and a smidge of rearranging on the inside, right? But if we were to do this, and then we'd put the TV on this wall, and the bed could still go here-ish, or we could even move this over, what that would let us do then is have just the tiniest bit of visual interest at the front of the house. So just add a little bit. Just add a smidge. It would be great. The counter was on sale at a home store, apparently. Make this exact build with your skills now. Dude, I would love that. I would love to do before and after. So honestly, could the build be better without changing that much? I think so. As it stands, horrible. Anyway, thank you for redeeming the roast. Let's see what's happening. So this is my list right now. We've got Megan, who, oh dang it, I was supposed to get your gallery ID from you because I don't remember what the numbers are at the end. Oh, 102, that's right. Because you're a 102, but then Karime is Karime 12120. That's why we're struggling. Behold. So we were just roasting one of these. And yes, listen, Karime is now an excellent builder. This was a very old build that we were looking at. We could take a look at some more recent things. Clearly, progress has been made in the building department. This one's still one of my personal favorites. We just needed to yell at you for a little bit. For kicks and giggles. Anyone else having issues with Twisted Mexi mods? Have you updated since the last update? Because I have Better Build By and it's running splendidly. Absolutely no problems. But I did have to update it a few days after the most recent Sims update. So if you haven't already, like in the last 3 or 4 days, deleted your mods, well, specifically the Twisted Mexi mods, and then replaced them, I would definitely do that. Never heard me be so roasty. Oh my goodness. Well, now you have, I guess. Nope. We are missing a whole letter. We did it. Okay. Work in progress. Is it this one? Oh, I'm sorting. It's fine. I thought I was sorted by most recent. What does Better Build By do? So what Better Build By does is it allows you to have an individual toggle without putting cheats in for move objects, which I find really helpful. But really the primary function of Better Build By is it organizes the debug catalog. So you can put debug, you can turn the debug and live edit catalogs on and off using the Better Build By like widget in the menu. No, nothing found. Great news. There actually is stuff to be found here. So yeah, the gallery is being weird for me as well here. So for example, Get to Work has these really cool glowing mushrooms in debug, right? But if you want to find them without Better Build By, you'd have to enter all the cheats to get into the debug menu and then go find them. And then if you wanted debug to not be open anymore, you'd either have to enter more cheats or restart the game. However, with Better Build By, all you do is open it and then you search mushroom and then it'll come up. And it's just insane. Super helpful. But Eric Sepson is still telling you they're not working. Oh no. Well, the Discord will be more help than I am. Okay, so apparently, sorting by newest is not, or is it just not working? I just wanted to make sure I had the most recent one. And apparently, I'm not allowed. Is the Team X breaking your game as well? I've been doing fine, I think, but maybe not. Maybe I'm just living in delusion. Okay, we're gonna try this again. So if I sort by most popular, will it show up? Kind of need the gallery to work for this stream to work, considering it's me fixing your guys' stuff. Update on the soup. You were so good you got a second serving, you're now full, and you feel autumnal fastidiousness. Your game's running better since the update. I'm happy to hear that. I'm having problems. Let's go out to manage worlds. Look at that. Sims is so functional. So functional. 110% no issues. The most functional. Okay, so if I go by most popular, I can find it. I think it's this one. It was uploaded today. Barn roof looks awkward in landscaping. You don't even know where to start, and your chimney's off. All right, 64 by 64. I'm thinking this is Horse Ranch. I love Horse Ranch, so we'll go over there. Just gonna remove the mods and play mod free. Enjoy. You've also been having issues with the gallery, so I've been able to see things sorting by most popular as of the last 2 minutes, so maybe try that. I don't know what's going on. Laffy, welcome. So yeah, I don't know. I'm doing my best to keep the stream going. Right, but also if the gallery just shuts down, we're gonna have to find something else to do today. Because it's integral to the whole thing. Okie dokie. So, there is a lot going on here. Alright. The roof is hurting my eyes, first of all. So, barn roof looks awkward. Frankly, the whole roof looks awkward, so I might do everything. Don't know where to start with that, and the chimney is off with landscaping. Alright, so, one of the reasons that the barn roof doesn't quite look right is because it is so short. If you wanted to keep it this height, but go from, or just the roof piece, but go for more of a traditional gambrel style, I would make it a little bit taller. And you need to make sure this little ball is pulled all the way up, and this one's all the way up, but then this one you're going to push down, and this is going to be about as close as you're going to get with just the roof piece. We can make a much better shape if we add a second story, though. Brandon, hello, welcome in. Mid-century barn home, something like that. So you could do that, or we can just add a second story, which I don't see any reason I can't. So we're gonna do that. Delete, delete. And if we turn the grid on, we can see that this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. 8 tiles. You want your outer part to be 1 to 2 tiles for a more narrow barn like this one. If it was wider, like 12 tiles or so, we could probably get away with 3 tiles, but it is not, so we're not going to do that. I'll bump these windows up, grab the same paint. Super exciting. And we can remove the floor here and potentially add a little bit of a lofted space with a ladder or something if we really wanted to. But we're not doing that, we're focused on the roof. Grab a gable. Oh, rotating with the comma and period keys on my keyboard, by the way, which I don't say frequently enough. Cavalier, I'll work on that. Hang on. Let me get this in here. Pebble Burrow, Roof Help. Look at you and your formatting.
Thank you very much.
Alright, I'm just copying and pasting this in here. Trying to be quick about it. Alright, so we did that. Trying to upload your build and it's having problems. Bummer. Not on the tag though, no worries. I should be able to find it. Should be able to. So anyway, now that we're here, we're going to hold Alt to move the roof without changing the height. Hold Shift to just move this one eave. Pull that in. Bummer. Resize it. Rotate. Place. Booyah. And then a gable on top. We're just going to tuck in both the eaves so we don't have to hold Shift for that one. And then adjust the height till it's the angle that you like it to be. Probably something like this. Maybe a smidge taller. But there we go. So by adding the second story, that gives us the ability to actually create this sharp angle, which most people want to go for. I'm assuming this was the roof shape you wanted. It looked like that was the direction you were trying to go. I love making barns. They're so fun.
Thank you.
You want to redo your entrance. Alright. Fluffy Kitty, thank you for the follow. Also, I think... Oh, and Larissa, thank you for the follow.
Daddy Issues does not explain this.
Daddy Issues has entered the chat. Well, welcome in, Daddy Issues. Alright, so I'm going to go with that for your barn. Now, do you actually have a fireplace? You do actually have a fireplace for your chimney. For this one, you just have a full wall. Here's what I want. I want your chimney to feel more supported. So I think what I'm going to do is fix your roof. Oh. We have no ceiling. That's okay. Maybe it's okay. Maybe it's not. No, it'll be fine. So ignore the game bugging out right now. No, I'm doing a bad job. Hold up. Let me explain what we don't like about this roof. I'm sorry. So right now, this roof, the chimney is not very supported.
Maybe that's fine.
It is a little
Maybe
bit,
it's not.
but it
Maybe
needs
it's
to.
Maybelline.
It needs to be connected better here. Sorry. There's a valley right here. We can definitely try and make the entrance feel a little bit more pronounced, but we don't have to do it with a roof piece like this to create the valley here. Also, nothing against the hipped roof. It's very prairie. But I wonder if a slightly taller roof would complement the barn better. And if we're going to have this house literally be connected to the barn, we are going to want to make sure that this is not going to be a valley as well, because water damage. Would a barn normally be taller than the home? You're from England, not American. Okay, so barns are like one of the great American traditions. Wooden barns specifically. If you live in Europe, you're more likely to see stone barns and stuff. But yes, if you're looking at a horse barn in the US, typically it will be quite tall. Horses need a lot of space. Not only are they large, so they're tall, so you need that base wall height, but you also need additional space for lighting, ventilation, stuff like that. And then above all of that, often you'd have a storage space. So it is very common for barns to be 2 or 3 stories tall. And then farmhouses would be probably 1 to 2, maybe 2.5 if it's a really big farmhouse. There should be a ceiling. It's candy corn season. Oh, candy corn is gross. So, because of all of those things that I have mentioned briefly, we want to try and sort that out with this roof here. So, one way to do that would be to start with a gable here on one of our larger areas like this. And we should be able to kind of sort of connect this a little bit. Maybe right here. I'm hoping I might just sneak the eave out a little bit. Oh, that doesn't quite work like I was hoping it would. Alright, I was really hoping that would work out better. Because otherwise, if we want to avoid having a little gap there, we'll just have to we'll just have to stack another roof piece here and make it smaller. So there-ish, which isn't the most exciting. Yeah, I definitely don't love it. But it'll like fix the gap on the back. It is odd to be connected. A barn is a fire hazard. Normally you just have stables. Yeah. So this like big tall wooden barn thing is definitely more American. The farming industry? That doesn't feel right. It's been a big thing that's been worked on generation by generation, decade over decade. Which is pretty cool. Alright, I'm gonna hold shift to tuck this eave in, copy, place, pull these eaves in to make that look all nice and pretty. Maybe. Still not super convinced this is what's going to work because of the barn, but I'm hoping that it will help the house not look quite so small next to the barn, and we can take another gable here behind the chimney to provide a little bit of support. So I'll make it about that wide so that it looks like it's the same width as the chimney, but it's coming up a little bit. So that'll provide support there. And finally, my favorite chimney hack is to actually use half walls, because they make that nice little lip at the top, and then you can add the half wall trim to the top and still have the same wall texture as whatever your fireplace wall is. So I'm thinking about this to start with. We'll see. Decorista, hello, welcome in, welcome in. You have one for the list? Okay. Rural Americana. The gallery's just a whole problem and a half. Okay, so without changing the shape of the house,
Thank you very much.
I think I would do about this. I think it would also be really cute to cover some of the deck here. Oh my gosh. Okay. Gotta make sure the grid's on the right level apparently. So for that, I'm gonna grab a half gable, and just something like that should be pretty close to what we need. shift to pull that in. Pull it back over. Oh, why are you the way that you are? Maybe I'll push this over. There we go. We'll pull this out, and then I'm going to hold shift to just extend this eave, and we should be able to get it to line up more or less with this eave here, which will look nice. Nice covered front porch. Maybe, possibly. Again, Americana. Mama, thank you for the follow. Every time I talk about support for the chimneys, it makes you want to go outside and look at the chimney on your house. I mean, you can, I guess. Let me know how your little trip goes. Alright, Rose, I'm putting you on the list. I appreciate how many of these builds are just called help. It amuses me greatly. Shape and layout. And you're referencing the Very Veggie, which I believe is one of Lil Simsy's legacy challenges, but I'm not familiar with it. Spirit, you also have one. Fantastic. I think the covered deck could be fun. It's not for everybody. That's okay. I fear that we may also just need floor plan assistance here at some point. See, this looks great in here, so I don't know why the build was being all weird about it. Or back here. Back here would be another good spot for a covered deck. And I know we need to talk about landscaping here as well. I will get there. Hold shift to extend the eaves just because I can. Which is a pretty good reason. There you go. No? Trying to think if there's anything else clever I can do here, but I don't think so. Covered deck needs a support column. Oh, for sure. If you were going to keep the deck there, definitely put a column on it. Now, the barn and the house, because they're connected, we can't actually raise the house separately. Because this deck is just a platform and it's barely off the ground, you really don't need the railing on it either. Like, you can keep it, obviously, but it's not necessary. Make more cottagey. I will put this on the list as well. Nope. I can type. Lie of the century. Alright. We're getting there. So yeah, I would love to see this on a foundation, but if it's going to stay connected to the barn, that's not going to happen. One thing we can do is do some landscaping. I would like to see some landscaping at the front here. My first thought is the row of hedges, because we just have a big wall here. It's not very interesting. There are no windows on it. It's sort of a walkway, but not really. Like, if you're going to be walking here, you're likely going to be following a path, something like this, right? So this whole area isn't going to have much going for it. Because we know that this is going to be a path traveled frequently, we can just accentuate that path by adding terrain paint and then keeping our Sims walking on it, so it'll look more on purpose, by adding some other landscaping. So adding a flower border, adding some rocks. Nice big boulder there. Pretend that that's structural or something. You could add more hedges if you want. I just kind of like that specifically because there aren't any windows there. Totally separate the barn and the house. I probably would. Trying taking out your tool mod, because even with the game running, one sim sleeping give you like 3 exceptions. Super fun! And by super fun, I mean not. Let's add some flowers here. No, not that one. This one? This one. Okay. Now, I'm going with hedges because if we're going for a farm style, we don't want it to look too fussy. Right? We're here to take care of the horses, nothing else. But what this specific set of landscaping is going to do... Oh, actually, I need one more thing that's a little bit taller. Otherwise, it's too many horizontal lines. You know how I feel about that. This one. Alright. So, because we are primarily working with horses, we don't have a lot of time and energy for landscaping, so we're not going to make it look like we've got a lot of time and energy for landscaping. We're going to keep it low-key with hedge-type flowers. We're going to primarily put it in areas where it will help define paths and things, because that's what we're doing here, is making paths. Most of the yard is going to need to be open for training the horses and whatnot, so just having a couple of small, isolated landscaping areas up close to the house without too much going on, I think would be your best bet. Whoops. So, probably something like that. You're replacing a porch, and instead of the support post being sunk into the ground, it was just on a block of wood in the ground, which made it surprising it took a whole 30 years to fall off the house. That's fair. The roof of the barn and the roof of the house intersecting like that. I know, I don't love it either, but I'm not sure what else to do in this specific situation, just because it's a very awkward intersection. We could move the barn. We could separate the barn from the house, especially since it's not actually connected by a door. So that would be something I would definitely do, is just separate them. But as it stands, it's just awkward. Not much else to be done about it without creating a valley or just making it unnecessarily ugly. Maybe the horses do the landscaping after they graduate high school. Yeah, they're landscaping with their horticulture degree. I don't know what's up with the faces, but I'm going to ignore them as usual. A tree. Oh, a tree would also be nice. Especially if you're not going to actually cover the porch. Having a shade tree over it would be delightful. Pun not intended. That's not gonna work. You're too much. I'm sorry. There we go. Little shade tree. That could work as well. So, to fix the barn roof, I'd add a second story. To work on the roof of the house, I would try to avoid the valleys that you had. It's a basic stepped pattern, right? We're going step, step, step. So there's only so much you can do with the roof. If you wanted to swing it around, I think this might make a more dynamic front of the build. But that's totally up to you. And for landscaping, because this is a working lot with the horses and everything, I would prioritize function and support that story with your landscaping through low maintenance and out of the way areas. There we go. Who needs words? Horticulture degree. Nice. Did the landscaping so quick? I'm sorry. The word said goodbye rather than hello. Oh no. They do that sometimes though. Hopefully this is somewhat helpful, maybe. I will put it back on the gallery for you to look at if you want. But hopefully that gives you ideas. Also, as always, if you hate it and you don't use any of what I suggest, I'm not offended. At least you found one more thing that doesn't work. House barn situation, add a tree to hide it. I mean, fair enough. We do love trees. In that case, we could grab the willow tree. We'll just... There we go. Flawless. Flawless. Alright, checking that one off. This is what our list looks like currently. If you're supposed to be on it, but you're not, please let me know. Why can't we all speak giraffe?
Thank you very much.
I don't know how long it takes a giraffe to make noise. But I feel like those will be very long conversations. Amanda, thank you so much for the follow. Also, if you're new here and hear me talking to people you can't see, I am live on TikTok and YouTube simultaneously, so that's what's going on. In case you're like, I didn't see that question, it's somewhere else. We're gonna go check out Pure Energy now. So that sounds fun. Pure Energy. Pure Energy 72. Okay. Did I type it wrong? Are you still here? Pure... Oh, you know what? It's just one E. That would do it. Alright. So, is it this one here? This looks right, based on what you were telling me earlier. This is also 64, so we can just go right back to where we just were. Because why not? Does case matter in the gallery? I don't believe so. Also, TikTok people, Rose says hello from YouTube. Capital S on speaker. I don't believe that case matters because I've typed stuff in all caps before. I keep forgetting to not do this. You need to go onto the lot. Building it from the world is just an exercise in patience nobody wanted. There we go. Alright. The little animation's cute though when it sort of floats down from the sky. So what our goal is here is to just add some flavor, I believe. So what are we looking at? So this would be, to get all semantic, this would be more of the half timber style because it's clearly not the American style. A couple of things that we could do that would immediately sort of liven it up would be to increase the roof pitch on the sides. We want to make this nice and steep. We want to make this nice. Cool. Laffy's supposed to be on the list. Oh no, I thought you didn't have a lot title yet. Okay, don't know the lot title, and I'm sure you'll tell me what we need. Never seen that animation. It is adorable. So can we make it smaller? Cool. Roofs have decided to rebel. That's super fun. Well, if we can't do anything with the roofs, we could what I wanted to do, can I delete them? We're gonna restart the game. I'll be right back. We're back. Let's see if the roofs work. No, they did. Oh, they did. All right. All right. Cool. So we are going to pitch these bad boys up. Steep roofs are a staple. We just want them all the way up. And do they look a little bit silly when they're this tall? Yes, but we can fix that by adding dormers, which will just be, oh, this is diagonal, which will just be delightful. I love that that worked so well. Where did I put a room? Cool beans. I love this game. This game is the best. So we're going to try that again. I just wanted a little dormer. Is it too much to ask? So, I wanted to put a just put one here, just to see how we're doing. So if I pull this out, maybe... Nope, that's not gonna work. Push it back. Take the same roof piece, possibly. Maybe put it up here. If this works, it'll be great, and we can copy and replicate it around the place. If it doesn't work, I'm gonna be really sad. Okay, right there. Oh, I love diagonal roofs. They're so fun. F5 for quarter tile placement. There we go. Grab that. So, you can also delete the floor inside these little things because they're not really useful for like space planning, but they do give you a little bit of outside light, like a little skylight. So we could do a couple of those. That could possibly help. What's the gallery ID for this one? This is... Oh no. Okay, I don't... the gallery's not working super great for me, so instead I'm just going to show you my list. So we are currently here. Gallery ID, oh I spelled this wrong. It's pure energy, but only one E, and we're trying to jazz up the Tudor-ness of it. Did you hear skylight? Oh my gosh, Laffy. Never thought about deleting the floors and dormers. Yeah, so it's like a skylight, but not. So I would consider adding a dormer or two just to make the build feel taller and more impressive, honestly, is all that's about. So there, I'm going to leave that example there. I'm not going to touch the roof too much because it's wigging out a little bit. Other options would be to bring a couple of your rooms out a little bit on your first, or on your second floor. Sorry, these are called oriel windows. Bay windows, of course, are on the first floor. In fact, I think what I might do... I have move objects on, so this shouldn't delete anything, but we'll see. I don't think I want them to be quite that wide for my demonstration, so what I'm going to do is pull this out. Oh, it is going to delete stuff. Alright, well, that's super neat. Wasn't supposed to do that. Okay. Just pretend nothing bad is happening. Yay! So if we pull a couple of these out and again go in with the roofs, of course, our nice steep roofs. Very fun. You do have a nice shingle texture on here though. I do like that very much. We're gonna grab our wallpaper, put that on there, grab our floor trim here, which you already have, maybe? Simple exterior trim, there we go. Grab the floor trim, and do you have columns yet? I don't see any. That's alright, get together as the best columns anyway. We'll grab a couple of these columns in a similar-ish color, if we can. Maybe we'll just do that one to place under here. So, what this can do is, once again, just make it look a little bit more interesting on the front, which is delightful. You can always adjust the interior. I'm sorry. I don't try to break stuff, like as a rule. It's not a goal that I have, but it does happen sometimes. No! Oh my gosh, I just wanted it a little bit taller. There we go. Oh, and we'll also want to make sure we have eaves on these. There we go. So, that's another way to sort of make the front of the building more interesting. It's historically accurate. It increases your upstairs floor space without reducing your landscaping space, which is important if you're trying to, you know, like grow vegetables to live off of or whatever. And it can also provide a nice shady spot to sit down and put a bench here, or even close this in and have like a first floor enclosed balcony, and then a second floor little room area. Learn something new every stream? Yay, what a win. So I would do one of these two. Personally, I'm partial to this, but you could put dormers in as well. I don't know if I'd combine them for this particular build because you already have a lot going on with the wall patterns and the window boxes and everything, but it would be something to consider. I also don't like when the roof looks like it's going to cause water damage, so what I would do here is probably just grab a copy of this piece and bring it over. We're gonna be careful about it though. There we go. So we can bring that over like that. You already have this window, breaking that up. So that would be just nice and simple. If you really wanted to, you could add another one of these over here as well to bring that front-facing gable back, but this won't cause water damage, which again doesn't matter in the game, but who cares? Burger King, delightful. One day I'll load into a normal help stream and your first build will be Laffy and it'll be skylights on S-shaped rooms with daddy issue stairs. Laffy, I feel like we've done that a lot. Isn't that like every other build you do? I made tea and I feel like it's helping my voice actually last, which is probably good. So, quick recap on the front here. What do we like? We like the wallpapers, we like the stone, we like the mix of textures, we like the windows, the flower boxes. This is all delightful. What do we want to add? Front-facing gables. Essentially, we want to add a little bit more texture. We want to show a little bit more of that wallpaper to break up that very heavy, very tall slate roof. Dormers is one great way to do that. You can also bring out some oriel windows by pulling these out. You can pull them out 1 or 2 tiles. You know, it depends on what you want to do, but for something this size, I wouldn't go farther than that. I'd reserve the 3 tiles for something that's quite large, or if you wanted to do an elevated walkway, like between 2 things. Like if we just wanted to wipe this out, get rid of this whole wall, and make this whole area more open, we could do that as well. It looks, you could replace the bay window too. Yes, so we could replace the bay window as well. Actually, Growing Together has a couple of really cool windows. I honestly don't mind that there. I think the color is wrong. It would need to match the build a little better. Did I say Growing Together? Get Together. So it does that one. There's this one as well, which I really like. I don't know if it would work any better for this specific application, but that's a pretty cool window as well. Yeah, so I think I'd go with one of those. Can you do yours? Absolutely. I will put you on the list here. And if you have to leave before we get to you on the list, the stream will always be available the next day on YouTube. And I make chapters by gallery ID, so you can just look for your gallery ID in the chapter list. House, question mark. Alright.
Thank you very much.
I'll add that, and help with exterior. There you go. So you are on the list. Gallery ID for this, right, so we are oh no, I forgot. This is being weird. It worked! So this build is by Pure Energy 72, only 1 E though. I messed that up the first time. So it is an academy? A school, I believe, of some sort. It's set as a residential lot right now. Looks pretty cool. We just wanted to add a little bit more flavor to it, so this is what we started with here. And I am professionally recommending that we remove the water damage roof here, and we add either these oriel windows with these tall roof pieces here, or some dormers at the very least. I appreciate the tips. I appreciate you coming to stream and sharing this with us. This is a very cool build. I'm going to take a quick look inside just because I'm curious, and then we will move on because we do have quite the list going now. So we've got, oh yeah, alright, this is diagonal too, so that's super duper fun. Diagonal stairs are the best, aren't they? Looks like we've got some common areas, some study areas, a nice big kitchen, a fireplace, delightful. Classrooms, upstairs, looking good. Some dorms of some sort, maybe? Or teacher rooms, I don't really know. Nice big yard. Yeah, very cool build. If you do fix it up, and you want to come back and show it off next stream, I would love to see it. Have it placed so you can have a private boarding school. Nifty. Use the emojis to catch my attention. Oh, yeah, did I miss one? What did we miss? Hold back a lot on the builds. Oh dear. Should I put your... Oh, T, I completely missed your message. Let me scroll up and see if I can find it, or you can send your stuff again. Just send the details. Yes. I see...
Thank you very much.
Things. I don't see it. I wonder... I don't know. But yes, if you could try again, I would appreciate it, because I do not see it in the chat history. How do you make diagonal stairs? Oh, you can't make diagonal stairs. This room is on the diagonal, so if I bring the grid up, you can see that it is in fact diagonal. So the stairs are on the grid. They just look diagonal because of the walls, the wall direction. You know, giraffes only sleep for 20 minutes a day. That sounds terrible. Did it not go through? I don't see it. So if you could put it back in chat, I will add you back into the list. I never ignore anybody on purpose. It just happens on accident sometimes when the chats are going. Pretty fun to play with. Took all your most dramatic teens and moved them in. That sounds very fun. We are on to handicap now. Handicap 26. The gallery sure do be struggling. Is tomorrow Tiny Town or Planet Zoo? Tomorrow is nothing. Tomorrow I have the house to myself, and I'm going to be doing a lot of nothing. And by a lot of nothing, I mean prepping for Tiny Town. So Tiny Town will be back on Wednesday. Ooh, there we go. Now it's coming through. Gallery ID. Tigger is crazy. The gallery is crazy too. Victorian house for Nyla. We're gonna pretend that that's spelled correctly. Exterior is boring. Can't have that. Alright, I cannot sustainably restart the game every single time the, this is a 3020. Every time the gallery bugs out, so if at some point it just crashes, we will move on to different activities for the evening. Because just gonna be completely honest, I can't do a whole stream like that. But, blah, 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 blah. Wrong spot for the underscore. So currently, this is what I have. Oop. This is what I have for you here. Behold. So hopefully that is accurate. I love using the same save for this stream series, because then I get to go in and see everybody's old stuff from like a couple months ago. It's so fun. If it crashes, we'll move on to Planet Zoo. Alright, here we go. Reno and add room, and the description says, want to add another kid's room and make the outside not terrible and boxy, like to keep the living space, anything else can be moved or removed. Heck yeah. I love squares, because honestly, squares aren't bad. There's so much you can do with them. They just need a little bit of help, and this isn't even a square, it's a rectangle. So, you currently have... I forgot my husband was still awake for a second and I got spooked. So we currently have 2 bedrooms over here and you want to add a 3rd. My first thought is I'm wondering if we can rotate this way. It'll go all the way to the edge of the lot. I'm also going to do this one. And then copy it and place it here. So that'll be... if I do that, I'm going to want to push this out a little bit though. No, I think that'll be okay. Let me move your plant. There we go. So, what this will essentially do is... Where are my doors? Let us have these... There it is. These bedrooms all here. We could also make this bathroom smaller, which would help with the door situation as well. Let's see. So if that's there... How do I want to do this? Because you have to access the tub on the faucet side. That's the rules. So if we put this all here and here, we can move the sink over there. Move the door. Toilet can stay there. Alright. So, very roughly, there's an additional bedroom without changing the shape of the house too much. A couple of things got misplaced. That's just going to happen. Definitely update the build once the next stream. So build help streams are every first Monday. That's what this is me taking your stuff and trying to fix it. So it's every first Monday. I'll also be streaming every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday during the day. We'll make it at school for the next few weeks as well. So if you'd like to swing by then, we'll be here. Now I want to make a circular house. How about not? Tigger is crazy is what it actually is. Okay, no worries. Absolutely no worries. I'm not going to remember it anyway because memory problems. So, step 1, add a room. Check. Done. And I like that this boxy shape will still fit with your You're almost kind of sort of Mediterranean style. So what I'm going to do now is grab this same fence, and we're just gonna end the fence here and get rid of this. Boop, and that will give us an excellent opportunity for windows on this wall. Alright, now what we want to do is fix the roof so it looks more interesting, because it's not actually a terrible shape right now. It just needs a little bit of help. So I'm gonna move this to be here, like that. Alright. Oh, too wide. There we go. So I'm going to do that shape there. And over this, I'm going to recommend, for a little bit of fun, grabbing the smooth keeper fence, pretending the grid is on the correct level. And what if we just made a little bit of a shade cover here, like this, instead of going full on roof? Put that like that-ish. That will add some architectural interest. It'll break up all the lines on the house. It'll add a little bit of brightness against your red wall here. We can take this piece then and put it here. As always, if we hold shift to remove this eave and then copy, place the piece, tuck the eaves in and pull it back, we get a nice clean junction there. And then we just need this on the back here a couple times. Hello? There we go. Copy, rotate, place. We know how it goes. So, it really wasn't that square, but I think that a slightly different roof shape will help a lot as well. I yelled at you before the bathtub faucet not being on the wall side. Yes, and now I'm going against my own advice. What else is new? Winnie the Pooh, your cat. I'm gonna also take this wall and place it. I would really like to take this wall and put it, I don't know where this gate was initially. That's my bad. I wanted to put the wall here. Not that wall. This wall, the Spanish Revival wall. There we go. I thought that that would look cute just right there. Again, I don't know where the gate came from, so sorry. There you go. So, was that what we needed to do here? Add another room, and the outside not terrible and boxy. The outside was not terrible. So we were able to successfully add another room, barely change the shape of the house, and just followed the outline of the house slightly more carefully with the roof pieces. And that is what gave us this shape instead. Yay, we win! So there's another look at it from above. And from the back, before you just had this one piece pulled out over all of this. We don't want that. We're going to do it like this instead, which will make it look more interesting. Huzzah! You like it? Excellent. You're not here, you're an illusion. Okay. Thanks for letting me know. Exciting news for investors. Chocolate Tower should be completed by the end of the month. That's very exciting. Also, yes, generally speaking, I would put the faucet against the wall. Also, there's a slight difference between a freestanding tub versus not. This one appears to be more freestanding. Also, I go back on my own word sometimes to make builds work better. You can pretend to be shocked if you want to. I'll just keep yelling at you if you do it wrong. And then do it myself. There you go. I'll put that back on the gallery for your consideration if you like it, but hopefully that's helpful.
I'm sorry. I have an opinion, and that opinion is my opinion, and it will not be my opinion.
I'm sorry. I'm a horrible person. Kilo, you're next.
Thank you very much.
Aren't you glad? Aren't you so happy that this is the mood you have me in today? Cool beans.
I will judge you. It'll just be quietly.
Alright, what do we have? Pebble Burrow Roof Help is what I have written down. Ah! Oh, nifty. Okay, we can do this. This is a 30/20, which we're already on, so I'll just go ahead and place it here. We did it! Am I building houses for people? Hello, Brandy. Also, thank you, Nicole, for the follow. So this is my build help stream. Once a month, I go live and just try to help people with whatever their build issues are. So I have not built any of these. I'm just trying to help the original builder match their creative vision as it's in their head a little bit better, and or give them terrible ideas to ignore. Both are wins. Words work with you. No. Okay, so I have roof help because you've never been satisfied with how the roof looks. It is interesting. I feel like one solution would be to pull this all the way over, just make it a whole wedge with cheese. Not with cheese, like cheese. I think that this can work because you already have it broken up into 3 separate segments, so just having this one consistent line doesn't make it too monotonous. It just sort of draws your attention to the breakup in patterns instead. So I think that could be a possibility. Need me to be more irritated when you get to your build makes it funnier. Laffy brain is downloading. Bake your house with cheese. Why not? I want a cheese house. So that's an option. Whatever that is. Make it a wedge. Or the other thing I thought when I saw this was, why don't we pull... Oh, no. You know what? I lied to you. I'm so sorry. We're going to make this... Basically just put this back the exact same way you had it. I'm going to hold shift to pull this back, shift to pull this back, copy, rotate, place, and holding alt so that the height does not change, only the pitch. We're going to push this back, copy this wallpaper to put it there. That's the other thing that I initially saw, was this would be a pretty good breaking point for an asymmetrical gable here. Let me know if anybody makes a house out of cheese. I now need that. So, oopsie. Boop. Alright. So I feel like just working with the pieces you had already, we have a couple of decent options. Gotta get the wrinkles out somehow. Wait a minute. Chels, thank you. That's very sweet of you. Thank you for the follow. So there you go. Maybe, kind of, sort of. You'll have to let me know if you actually like it. But I think that having this just tiny piece right here, I think it could have worked if it was a skylight or it had an express purpose for being that small. But since it didn't, I think it just kind of looked silly. Solution to the ridiculous amount of exceptions you were getting from better exceptions was removing better exceptions. Well, hey, you know what? If you stub your toe and your foot hurts, just chop the whole leg off, right? Ooh, yes, the Wheel of Prompts. So Tiny Town, starting Wednesday. For anyone not aware, that's our annual, like, streamathon type event. You do not need to participate in the fundraising or whatever if you do not want to. All you need to do is show up and give me terrible prompts to put on my wheel. I will then spin the wheel and try to build a tiny version of whatever the prompt is. It is great fun. There's a lot of yelling. We'll be starting that Wednesday. Do you like the roof? Where are you? Are you here? The wrong thing to do, but apparently is a common problem. You like the wedge one? Alright, so for the wedge, all we did literally was just take this roof piece you already had and pulled it over. And now it's a wedge. Booyah. To prepare the Winnie the Pooh prompts. I am not building another honeypot. We built 3 honeypots last year. That was too many. Too many. Oh, anyway. I need to get those scheduled on TikTok. Scheduling stuff on TikTok is a pain in the butt, you guys. That's why I don't do it more often. I'm live at least once a week, but I hate scheduling things on TikTok. It is so buggy. So here we are. We are halfway through the list-ish. Rose is next, then Spirit, Laffy, Pug, Shane, Shoot. I forget what your name was in chat. I am so sorry. And then T here with Tigger. So exciting. Molasses? You know what? Sure. You don't remember why you did the little asymmetrical thing? That's alright. Cliche Halloween. See, that would be fun. Anyway, I'm not taking any prompts for Tiny Town yet. Save it for Wednesday. I will ask for it when we get started, but it's coming.
Thank you very much.
Alright. Oh, I love how long the gallery's taking to load. It makes me so happy. That was a lie. I lie a lot. Molasses. No! No, just molasses. If you need to remove the glass walls in your build, please do so. Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Also, Kedis and Barry, thank you for the follows. Glad you're enjoying your time with us this evening. That was causing problems before. It was. So I had an issue with the... No, what was it called? It's just called Sahm Help. There we go. Thank goodness. 64 by 64. We had an issue where the glass walls were creating almost a disco effect. It was very annoying, very irritating. The lights were flashing on and off all the time. So we could not have the glass walls before. Where are we at with 25,000 subscribers? So, shockingly, when you have chronic health issues and you're too sick to post content consistently, subscriber count does not go up very fast. So we're not very close. We're still... Well, that's not true. I had a video pop off the other day. Let me do a check for you here. Items removed, blah, blah, blah. Oh, actually, you know what? We are at 24,775, which is up like 60 over the last 3 days. So we're getting there. When we hit 25,000, we're going to do a horrible for me, fabulous for you build challenge that I'm a little bit looking forward to. So you've got time. If you haven't made a room for it yet, you have time. Oh, this is different. Okay, cool. Let me read the description. Need help with a small business portion. That's right. The building on the right. Pretend I know my directions. Organization, general, gestures vaguely. It's kind of ugly. All right. Got some funds to work on it. You need direction to go. Business activities are currently attend classes, knit, listen to music, browse and buy items, thus the knitting things. Cool beans. I've not been keeping up with little Simsy. Oh my goodness. All right. So I'm not super aware of all the challengey things. Now let me go like your post because you have chronic pain. Dude, I've been feeling better. I feel like I've been working with my doctors for like literally over 10 years at this point, all of them. And I feel like we're just finally starting to figure out what's wrong and how to fix it. And I'm starting to feel a bit better. And it's been lovely. And I'm really looking forward to streaming with you guys. That's also why long form content doesn't get made a lot. Because streaming takes the least amount of spoons. And like 30-minute build tutorials take the most. So that's why it is the way that it is. But I love streaming with you guys. It's lovely. You said it was ugly. Alright, so this is stressing me out a little bit because there's no structure. I recognize it's a greenhouse, so I will calm down. I think we need zones. We need clusters. We need zones. We are stressed. We be me. Me be stressed. I also don't know how I feel about the stone and like the stone paver and grass with the subfloor combination. What's that? I don't know. So I would love to pick just one, or wait, there's a stone that came with the Get a Hobby pack that I think would work really well here. Or was it a brick? I think it was Get a Hobby. Yeah. So I think that if we were to take this, it doesn't come in the right color. No. I think maybe this would work because it kind of looks like the, this one. I feel like we could get a better color combination. I think that would help a little bit, maybe, possibly. The roof was very recent. We are who we are. Gonna be there in no time. You feel like with Tiny Town. We'll see what happens. We will see where the spoons take us. So, step 1, the floor was just throwing me off. We're gonna work with this. Step 2, I think that it's too spacey, and because we do not have structure, we need to pretend and therefore create structure. So, what do I mean by that? Usually we have walls, we have nooks and crannies, we have like, oh, this is an awkward angle, this is going to force me to pick something that's going to fit there, and then I can move on. One of the hardest things with rectangles and squares is there's no creative jumping off point, because it is what it is. So, what are some things we could do to pretend we had structure? We can start with a rug to anchor things, we could add windows, we could add things like sculptures, or garden beds, or a fireplace. Can we add a fireplace in here? I don't know if there's ventilation for it, but we do have these. This is more of an outdoor fireplace thing. But yeah, adding a fake structure to force that initial creative step would be helpful. You're not a like spree, you are so sweet, thank you. Columns or the slat thingies? Yeah, the slat thingies would work really, really well. I know exactly what you're talking about, but do I remember where they are? Yeah, so like these bad boys. I love these. This would be a really good way to add some pretend structure. These are easiest to place if you put down a wall. I didn't mean it to be quite there. Like this. And then you go grab the slat thing and you place it on the wall. and then you get rid of the wall. Specifically with move objects on, of course. But that'll get them where you need them to be. There we go. All of a sudden, this area is slightly more closed off. The other option I was saying was the rug. If this is a more creative space, I'm going to use the avocado rug because I actually do really like it. I know it's a bit of a funky shape, but it's fun. So if we were to do this, and then we could make zones, right? Also, with knitting, it can be really helpful to have somebody right next to you, so you can just look over and see what they're doing. So I would maybe try to have the chairs set up in pairs, so that they can sort of check each other's work while they're working. Something like that. And then this would be over here with your instructor, I suppose. You need yarn too. So that could be an option here. Well, bam. I've created a fake structure for you. Never called the amoeba rug. Is that actually what it's called? Who cares? A puddle in fabric. Pfft, stupid name. It's an avocado. So there you go. Speaking of avocado, a little table would be pretty nice here as well. If we do this, then it literally is an avocado. Very fitting for the vegetables. And then you could put additional... What did you say the business activities were right now? Listen to music. Listen to music. There we go. Attend classes, listen to music. So a little radio or something here. I know we have one over here. I don't care. I'm going to put a nicer one over here. There we go. Little bit of music there. It's a vegetable. Booyah. Alt left click doesn't rotate. How can you give it? Ooh, yes. Sims 3 camera. So if you go up here to camera controls, make sure you're on Sims 3 camera. There are a lot of options. There's Sims 4 camera, free camera, Sims 3 camera, top-down view. You want Sims 3 camera. On any camera, you can hold Alt to ignore the grid while placing, but only on Sims 3 camera. This was a horrible object to highlight this with. Only on Sims 3 camera can you rotate ignoring the grid while holding Alt. So there you go. Some big plants in the empty corners? Yes, for sure. I know that you're on a bit of a budget, so I don't know if you'd want to go full plants or if you'd want to do like planter pots and have people plant plants, or just save up some money and buy some. But yes, that was where I was going to go next, would be to bring in some plants in the corner. That'll create a nice vibey little spot. I would bring in some comfy chairs as well, somewhere for people to stay afterwards and knit, or come early and knit between the classes. That'll be a little bit more comfortable. Oh gosh, what screams comfy greenhouse? I don't know, maybe this one? This just says I have no money. So maybe some more seating zones, more rugs. You already have a few shopping shelves, which is good. Possibly putting this in here in front of the window instead. Whoopsies. Grabbing a couple more. Oops. Come on. We can do this together. A couple more there. And to help this feel more like a zone, I'm going to grab another one of these. There on the floor. There we go. I'm holding control while using the wall tool to remove the walls, by the way. Super easy. Alright. That's what I've got for you. You've been freaking out, thought it was your mouse? Oh no, that would be horrible. Table as the avocado pit, genius. Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to take a bow. So, goal here. Small business portion. Need some sort of organization. Kind of ugly. Got some funds to work on. I just need a direction to go. So, I would go for trying to create structure where you don't have any because it's a square. So that's what I would start with. Having a more defined shopping area, having a more defined class area, and having a couple other areas that are going to cater to either vegetables or whatever your gameplay goals are. So hopefully this is helpful a little bit. Do tend to invest in actual bathrooms. That is excellent news. I am very happy to hear that. And I think that this little house is absolutely adorable. Oh my gosh, holy garden, Batman. Check this out. So we've got a lot going on over here. I think that's what I've got for you for your greenhouse. Sometimes I give you ideas and you run away from them in a beautiful direction. Sometimes you run with them in a beautiful direction. Either way, I have no doubt that this is going to be fantastic when you've completed your time with it. I will put it on the gallery for you to look at if you want. Ooh, I should also... I like adding helped live because then I get to pretend I did something useful. I do need to point out, because we do have a lot of new people here, so thank you for being here. You make me feel famous, which is probably bad. If you go to my gallery, which is Sam and Bean, same as you see on screen, just no spaces, you can see all of the uploaded builds that we've worked on tonight. I'll leave them up for about a month. So that's where you can find whatever we tweaked on stream, so you can get a closer look at it, especially if you want to take a closer look at how some of the roof pieces ended up intersecting. You can find the original builder information, and then I'll take them down after about a month to make room for the next stream's batch of uploads. There we go. So you can see we were just at this one. You can see the original builder information here, but if you wanted to get a closer look at anything that I did specifically, you could grab this off the gallery and do that. So that's why that's set up the way that it is. Booyah. Check. Business. Spirit is next. Let's do this. Maybe. Nope. There's an underscore in there somewhere. I think, no. We did it. Woo. Pines, hello. Make more cottagey 3020. I would love to make it more cottagey. Let's see what we can do. Pines, I'm glad that you're alive. You know what, let's go to this one. This is a pretty good lot, has some good lighting. It can be cottagey. We can wait. Oh, that actually didn't take too long. Alright, nice, nice. Make more cottagey. First attempt at the tiny town shell challenge before you remember the town part of the challenge. I would like help making it feel more cottagey, less craftsman, possibly floor plan advice depending on how much has changed. We will see what we can do about that. Alright, well, first of all, it placed in the wrong direction, but that's on me. Here is our adorable little cottage. I think this is great. I'm guessing the reason you feel like it's craftsman is because of this deck. Understandable. Oh, and you know what, yeah, you're right. It's got a bit of that shape to it, doesn't it? Now, because this was a shell challenge, we can't be changing too many things about the shape. Let's see, what can we do though? We could add, no we can't, I was like we could add a chimney though. We can't because it's a shell challenge. Boo. Unless you're okay with me making it unshell challenge. Which we could do, because I do feel like a chimney would make a pretty big impact here. I'm trying to think of what other things to do to help with the cottage flavor. No longer a shell challenge. Alrighty, cool, cool, cool. So, what I'm going to do is... I don't think I really mind the dormers per se the way that they are, but I do think we need to make them a little bit smaller. So I'm going to shrink that one down. And how big is this room? I think I'm going to take away this part of this room. Oh, that took away the windows too. Cool beans. Wow, I love this game. I'm gonna see if this works. I don't know if it will do quite what I want it to do, but we'll try. We'll think about that. Because what I'm hoping is by shrinking this dormer and making it slightly less prominent, that will help it look a little bit less craftsman, which was your concern. This light needs to move now. I also want to put a chimney over on one of the sides of the house. Probably this one. So I'm going to move this over so that I can just build out a chimney. Oops. Nope. There we go. So we'll build a couple walls there, a couple walls there, go up one more time, and get rid of this window and this roof decoration. If I... Can I make this more flat as well, actually? It's going to make it a little bit small. But I'm going to pretend that it's okay. Full disclosure. There we go. Get rid of that now. Alright, chimney in place. Ish. I'll grab a half wall to put here. Get rid of the ceiling. Alright. I think the chimney will help it. Oh, geez. Chimney will help. On the side there, I think that will help with the cottage feeling of it. I think that I want to make this roof all the way around. Maybe? Question mark? I'm going to pull this up as well. There. I want it to not be looking weird. Alright, there we go. I don't think having the deck covered is bad. Start with that. I do wonder if this is just too wide though. Anyway, let's go on the back. Let's see if I can get this to do what I want it to do. Because what I want it to do is I'm going to hold Alt to keep the height and just change the pitch and get rid of that. Is that what I want? Dang it. Now I'm lost. I had a thought and it flew away. Because is that what I wanted, or did I want to pull this out? Maybe that's what I wanted to do, is make it taller. We're going to pretend that that's what I wanted to do. We're going to put this on here. I don't know what its problem is currently. Grid on? Grid on the wrong floor? Grid here? Mm-hmm. Cool. Oh, there we go. Yep, nope, it's just floating. So I'm going to hold 0 to put those back down where they belong. For reasons not known to man. I'll have to fix the chimney again. That's alright. What this will let me do is build out this wall here. That will add to that room. And we're going to build out the wall over here as well. Add that to that room. That will get rid of... should get rid of... hello? That roof piece. There we go. Oh my gosh. Copy this piece. Put it here. That's what we want to happen. And we have cute little dormer... no, what did I do wrong now? Ah, that's supposed to be there. Cute little dormers. Now I can take this piece. That's what I wanted. Turn it around. Place it here. Pull it across. Ah! Obviously we have to fix these dormers a little bit. But I am specifically thinking that splitting these up to be 2 instead of having the one wide one might help with that issue you feel like you're having with does it look like a cottage or a craftsman. So there's 2 dormers, there's 1 dormer. Yeah. Taylor, thank you so much for the donuts. I'm so glad that you're here today. Okay. Anyway, what if I make the covered porch more curvy to add more whimsy? I may do that. What's the hotkey for the grid on different levels? So, to toggle the grid on and off is G, and to move the grid between levels, hold Shift and page down or page up. It is extraordinarily helpful for doing stuff like this. I'm going to put the wall back. Now I'm going to grab a smaller half wall to put on the top here to make our chimney slightly better. I have other thoughts about the chimney as well, but just to get that started, I'll put that there. If we wanted to Shift C for curve controls here, we could pull this up, bring that down, bring that up. Well, maybe not that far. Just a little bit of curve there. That could be cute if you like that sort of thing. Alright, but I think taller roof, chimney, narrowing the dormers, I think that those are all going to help quite a bit. So that's what I've got there. Now, it does look a little bit rough back here if I keep these dormers like this, but I think the sacrifice might be worth it because they look very cute. And then this room would be much larger. It could honestly even be split into 2 pretty easily here, since it's not a shell challenge anymore. And these are going to be kind of small rooms, but also it's kind of just a tiny little cottage, so it is what it is. My other thought, that's right, my other thought for the chimney before we're done is if we're going to use... What is this? This is from Get Dead. So does that have a matching stone, or is this one of the ones that doesn't have a matching stone? Gross. Okay. I wanted to use the large stone that matches this on the chimneys so that it would be broken up a little bit. But alas, that is not allowed. So instead, I will complain about it. Maybe I'll use this one. No. I just want the chimney texture to be slightly different for it to stand out a little bit. And you could potentially use this texture on a couple other areas of the build as well, like this top dormer here, just to break it up. To be fun. The back dormers made such a difference. I would consider as well sort of rotating this to have the one larger dormer at the back and the two little ones at the front, because I think they do read more cottage. And that was your concern, was to make it look more cottagey. So I like the two dormers better than the one dormer, but if you keep the one dormer, I would make sure I curve that roof, especially since you have the curved windows here. I would consider curving the deck roof. I think that was a pretty good call. And I would make the overall roof just a little bit taller. That will also help with the more cottage direction, less craftsman. Because as we all know, the craftsman bungalow has quite a low-pitched roof overall, so doing not that will help a little bit, I think. Redoing the house that woke you up from your focus state. Oh no. All the expansions except for Get a Hobby and the Fairies pack. Hang on. Let me validate my claim before I go telling you stuff. Because I saw Get Fairies. Yep. Okay. Enchant. I am not in any way associated with CD keys. I just love them. Enchanted by Nature is currently $23. That does not include the early purchase stuff. So if you want that extra fountain and whatever, you will have to buy that separately, which on here right now, oh, here it is. It's $4. So what did I say this was? 23. So for $27, you could have the early access or the early purchase bonus content and the pack for PC. I'm not associated with CD keys. I just always buy my packs from here because they're so much cheaper. I've never had an issue with it not downloading or being buggy or whatever. So, something to consider if you're interested in the pack. There you go. That's what I've got for you. There's my obligatory CD keys pitch for the day. I was just really surprised that it was so cheap over there right now. Now, I did just do a giveaway on Discord, so I cannot do another giveaway right now because I don't make that much. But we had a couple videos do really well last month, and if I have a video really pop off, I'd like to give back to the community a bit and do a giveaway, so who knows. But I'm going to put this back on the gallery for your consideration, to maybe it's more cottagey, maybe it's not, maybe it's Maybelline. Let's do the hashtag, see, all caps again. I can't type. There we go. Maybe that should be a point redeem on YouTube, is make me take a typing test so we could all laugh at my horrible, horrible lack of skills together. That'd be funny. Alright. I currently have 3 left on the queue, so hopefully we can verify that this is correct. I've got Laffy, I've got Pug, I've got Tigger is crazy. Laffy does not have a title for their house, but that's okay. Definitely looking more cottagey. Yay. A win is a win. But it should be the most recent upload, I believe, for Laffy. The build's a duplex build, noted by red and yellow. Red and yellow? Let's see what we've got, I guess. Maybe we will. Maybe we won't. Only the gallery can decide. So anyway, I'll be doing daytime streams because I like streaming and it takes less energy than full videos, so that's what I'm doing right now until I can get my health more under control. Hope you'll join us for those streams. It'll be super fun. And when we're done with Tiny Town, we're going to do in a save file. So I'm very excited about that. I'm gonna be building. You guys can make Sims, and together we'll make the most nerdy save file known to Sim kind. This is hurting me. I can feel the pain in my soul. The gallery do be gallerying. That's the wrong button. Alright, I had some success looking up by IDs, so we're just gonna keep going with that. Are you still Laffy-the-giraffy? You are! Oh, goodness gracious. Unfinished wedding place? That doesn't seem right. EA and you are at odds. Isn't EA? EA's at odds with everybody. The gallery makes you question why you bother with uploading anything. This is the most difficulty I have had with the gallery in a long time. We have not had this big of a gallery problem in a while. Now, we did have the game crash after we were in Create a Sim multiple times a couple streams ago, but the gallery's been doing okay. Until now. It's a wide build. Interesting. Well, I've got good news and I've got bad news. The good news is we're on your gallery. The bad news is it's not here. So, are you able to access a device where you can verify? It's showing from the side, Riverbend Drive. Wait for it. So it's down a bit then. Maybe. Alright, Riverbend Drive. I'll work on it. The last patch just wrecked, so you reset your PC and loaded everything. Oh my word. Since the update, yours has been laggy for gameplay. Mine hasn't been too bad. I'm gonna write your lot title down, because I might just have to search by that. Riverbend Drive. Let's see if this works. Third row, first item. Well, we're not getting any rows or items right now. Mary, long time no see. Thank you so much for stopping by today. You lost all your saves after the update? No. Oh my gosh. I am so sorry. The gallery has been giving us some serious problems today. Trying to fight through it, but I don't know. I keep hitting the wrong button. It's fine. Okay, so we're gonna try this one more time. Okay. I have this one. Is this what you want? Third row, first item? This is not what you are telling me it is called. Had to delete the Sims and move to your other drive because the game you play had a 60 gig update. That's wild. Is it this one? Is this what you want from me? 1203 Bend Point Drive? I'm not seeing what you said it was called. That's it? Oh my goodness. You don't have your glasses on? Wow. What an excuse. Okay, so this is a 3020. So I guess we'll just go back to where we were then. You're doing your best? I need to get new glasses. Install video game stuff and you're working on it in the morning. I hope that everything goes well for you. I've been backing up my saves a lot more. I have them stored, obviously, like, in the save folder. I have them stored elsewhere on my desktop. Well, not on my desktop, on the computer. And I have them stored to cloud storage as well, just because it's scary out there, man. Not available. Oh, it's a residential rental. Dang it. Okay, so I have to switch this to a residential rental first. And then we can place it. There we go. We're getting there. Last patch corrupted all your games. Oh, man. It's been rough. I know that I've been lucky with how much it hasn't corrupted everything. There have been a few streams we've had to cancel due to the game bugging out, but overall, I'm really thankful I just still have my saves. Alright, there's a weird roof piece. You need wallpaper, flooring, and basic opinions. Okay, is this your weird roof piece? Why? Oh, we have three here. Good news, guys. There are 3 separate roof pieces here. For what reason? To what end? Are you trying to have the ceiling be missing in one of these? Oops. Let's see, sorry, we're inside the couch. Please hold. Nope, there's ceilings everywhere. Why? Why? Because this isn't what true love looks like, Laffy. This is toxic. What? We're fixing it. I'm sorry. No. We're getting rid of it all. Okay, listen to me. You want a low-pitched roof. That's fine. I have a brilliant idea. It's called just grab a roof piece and put it on. We don't need to be stacking all this nonsense. Alright, look, I'll even pitch it down low. Alright, you know I don't like this, but I'm doing it for you. Alright? There, see? Behold. Super duper fun. Amazing. And then what we can do is grab this roof piece here, and then you could still have your silly little flat roof. And we're just gonna bring it all the way to this side and all the way to that side. We're gonna hold shift to remove this eave. I guess we do need to push this back a little bit. Alrighty, how do I want this to line up best? Maybe there. We're close, we're close. I'm going to shrink this piece down, copy and place it over here again, because I do unfortunately need this side to be one tile larger. And to bring that eave back. There we go. Put the siding back on it. There. So there's like the exact same shape, but not ridiculous. So there you go. One that you can also do if there's time, bargain bend base game version 2. Let me copy and paste that over here. Like feedback on the shell and roof. Shell, roof, and make the angled, nope, 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 yep, them's words. Is your ID just the same as your username? I'm gonna put that in there for now. Placeholder. You need to redeem yourself. You'd like to present me with a redone build. I'll put that on here as well. Alright, there we go. Yep, same as username. Fantastic. You have Burger King now? I'm so happy for you. And then we're going to take the same roof piece and put it up here for consistency. Because that's a fun word that we can learn about today. There we go. So there's your flat roof. We can... Why? Okay, why would you have this? I don't know why you would have this when you already have a roof here, because you had a roof here initially. I just replaced it. So what I'm going to recommend we do instead is, we're going to get rid of that. We're going to grab the same fence real quick. Don't even worry about it. All right, we're gonna put the fence there and grab the same spandrel. What this is going to let us do is actually put up curtains. Ooh, we might have to put a wall up for curtains. Anyway, we can grab curtains that are like basically the same, right? What were they, yellow? Check this out. Yellow. We have yellow curtains. Isn't this fun? And then you could just put them there. Your Sims can walk through them, so you don't have to worry about playability. You don't have a roof under a roof anymore, which is just cool for other reasons. And yeah, I'm just gonna recommend this. It's a fun little idea. What do you think of that? Oh, and then we will actually remove this fence. I just needed it for the spandrel. There you go. Same look, less dumb. Booyah. You just got here. Is this a houseboat? I don't know what this is. We're fixing builds today, so I'm trying to offer helpful opinions and insights into other people's builds. Nope, we are working on this one. I just needed a reminder. Yes, there was a roof over that. Cool, so we're going to grab the same roof piece again. Copy, rotate, place. I don't know why you have a roof piece here, but I will honor your decision. As questionable as it may be. There you go. There's your roof there. I did a roof. On this side, we're just gonna take the same piece and do the same thing. Put that here, and then take it again, but smaller, down to one tile, hold shift to remove this back eave, and pull it back. There, and that's fine. That's fine and dandy. We did a roof. Et voila. New trick, the pillar. Okay, so these pillars are actually stacked. This is something this builder does quite frequently. So on the one hand, we have this pillar, which is the holder upper pillar from Get Together, and we also have this pillar, which is the perfectly stable column from Horse Ranch. And you can stack some of these, specifically this one because it's got like the cutouts to form windows, and you can make new columns. Pretty nifty. Obviously you need a roof over the grill. Sure. You know what we're gonna do? Push this back, hold shift to just move this one eave, and we're just gonna do that instead. There we go. That's what we want. Booyah. Not used to being on this side. Just doing your before bed scroll. Well, sleep well. Thanks for swinging by. I appreciate you for however long you may or may not be hanging out with us this evening. I'm gonna hold shift and pull this eave a little bit more again. I think it needs to connect better. There we go. Okay, I have fixed your roof because I couldn't not. What else was in here? Fix the roof, landscaping, walls, floors. Oh my goodness, so many things. So, landscaping, there isn't any. You don't really have a lot of space for landscaping, and you're already taking up a lot of what you do have. So, much like with the horse ranch build we were looking at earlier, I would be keeping this pretty minimal, pretty close to the build. So we might do hedges along the foundation because it's cute. We might pull some small flowers out like this to make a little border, especially if you're going to have a path that sort of goes around the side of the house. Maybe some low maintenance flowers. What did I use earlier? These. Or just redoing the horse ranch stuff we were doing earlier. A couple of rocks are always a good touch. There. Nope. But just something pretty small and simple because you do have so much going on with this build. You have a lot of windows. You have the stone and the siding texture, which are both quite busy. You have a busy spandrel. You have busy columns. You have busy stairs. Without the risers, it's just more to look at. So I would keep the landscaping smaller and more simpler, like this here. Skip landscaping. Well, too bad I didn't read that. The column trick is fantastic. Oh my goodness. Okay, so what do you want? Just the inside bit, to be honest? You like the shape of your roof, you like the pieces you have. Well, too bad I changed it. Apartment styles. So if this is going to be a rental, it doesn't look terribly expensive. So I think what we'd want to do for floors would be probably something that looks either very worn or could potentially be a laminate or a painted floor. So maybe something like this from Cats and Dogs. Very simple. Something like, no, I don't think we want to do that. It doesn't feel that old. Eco Lifestyle. I do love Eco Lifestyle. I feel like this looks like it could potentially be like one of those snap in place laminate type floors. Something like that. It reminds me of McDonald's in a good way. So I would do just a not too busy, not too fussy floor. Maybe even this one. So nice, simple floor for everybody. Same floor everywhere because I can. This also already matches the columns you have going on, and it complements the green. It's in the same sort of color tone family, I think. So we'll start with that. If you wanted to have a different floor for your bathrooms and kitchens, maybe linoleum? We do have this one, which is pretty fun. Or this one, which is slightly more simple. That could be nice. And if you want to add the little border between them, you have the Get to Work fence for window shopping, which your Sims can walk over. So you can put that between rooms to make that little transition piece, and your Sims will just walk right over it. Teagues, are you asking to be put on the queue as well? What is the plushie on the couch? It looks like Psyduck. This is Ozzy the Fuzzy Penguin plush here, which I believe was an early purchase item for Lovestruck, which you can still get on CD keys, just saying. So, there's that. Wallpapers. You have the stone and paneling outside, so I'm definitely tempted to carry that inside with some of the paneling wallpapers. I'm specifically thinking about the one base game one. This one. Because I think you could have this. You could have it be yellow on the yellow side, and you could have it be red on the red side, or pink or something, which I know that you really love your solid colors, so that could be an option. I think it fits with the sort of simple rustic direction you went outside. Lucas, when are we getting the Build Like a Nerd back? So the Build Like a Nerd series takes the most energy from me, and because I've been trying to get my health back under control, I just have not had the spoons to do that. Like right now, I've got caffeine, I've got energy, we're doing a stream, this is great. Tomorrow I'm going to do nothing. So unfortunately the Build Like a Nerd is on the back burner until I can get a handle on my health a little bit more. Which isn't the answer I want to give. What I want to say is it's coming back tomorrow. I really miss making those videos. It's just too much for me right now, and I'm very sad about it. Alright, so we are going to put your gallery ID in here. Tiganosaurus? I think the TikTok scrolled. Hold up. There we go. No. Tegan. Saurus Rex. There we go. Sorry. No, now it's not typing. Oh my word, I'm gonna die. Can I copy and I can't even copy and paste out of here. Tegansaurus Rex. I can spell that. There we go. Tegansaurus Rex. That's what I wanted to do. The anchor is your lot name. And Karime's in the spreadsheet. Studios on the bottom floor are teeny, but you don't know how to make them feel bigger. Make small studios feel bigger. That sounds like a really fun challenge. I'm looking forward to that one for sure. Still waiting for the townhouse tutorial. I know. Every single time someone recommends a Build Like a Nerd video, I do write it down. I legitimately have a list with, what was it, 60, 70? I forgot how many I last counted. Like, there's no shortage of ideas. It takes 20 to 60 hours to make one of those videos. And if I only have 20 hours, I can make content in a week. You know, it's going to take me 3 weeks to make one of those, or if I could stream or do other fun things with you guys, I prefer to do that. I do not plan on killing the series, though. I'm just sad because I don't feel good. Everything hurts all the time. Another twin named Tegan. Oh, we got a Tegan on YouTube and TikTok. Oh, that's fun. Wish Linoleums had better swatches. I know. Gotta remember the apartment on the right is a far richer family. Well, do they own the apartment, though? Or are they just renting it? See, that's the question. If we want them to feel like they're owning it, right, and they are more wealthy, we could still go in with a paneling and just go for one of the more fancier panelings like this one, which still brings in the rustic vibes from the outside, with the paneling and everything, but the patterned wallpaper definitely kicks it up a notch. Or we could go in with, no, not a wallpaper. I want the like a smooth plaster finish. That's not quite the red I thought it was. That's glass. That's not going to help us at all. Or just something that has the molding on the top and bottom would be great. This one I've been framed. Does this come in red? It does. So something like that as well. If you want it to feel richer... Oh my word. Hang on, let me drink some tea. If you want it to feel rustic, paneling, wood colors and textures, Simple patterns, rustic. If you want it to feel rich, base molding, baseboards and crown molding, smooth textured walls, so not highly textured walls, and or patterned wallpapers, smaller tiles, stuff like that, or very, very large tiles. Mid-sized tiles, that's for the poor folks. Very, very little ones or very, very big ones, those are for the rich people. And then if you want to keep it less money, you can make things look more dated. You can bring in rougher textures, more raw wood tones, less stain, fewer things matching. That'll help as well. Don't worry, here with you, get better and then come back. I hope so. I hope so. We'll see what this fall brings. I'm planning on streaming a bit more and like easing into the bigger content stuff. So more streams, and if that goes well, cut back on streams and start making more long form videos. We'll see though. And I don't like making promises because you can't control life, you know? That's my feedback for you there for the styles on the inside. What pack is the fancy chimney from? What is there a chimney? Oh, hold up. This is the Ring of Fire fireplace. This is from Get a Hobby here. They do own the apartment. Fascinating. I always just assume it's rented. General professional opinions on how you have the layout. As a pro, well, I don't know how pro I am. Those are the tips I would give you for materials. As far as layout, I mean, I think that a big thing with apartments, you can't change that much just because you have your neighbor next to you, you know? Oh, I just realized these guys are the ones with the second story. I think your hallway here isn't outrageously large. So that's good. You got
Thank you
bathroom, bedroom. I think your kitchen is fine. I am a little bit concerned with the amount of clutter in here. You only have one clear countertop. So, I mean, like that might get in the way of things, but overall, I think it looks decent. I think just focusing on higher end materials on one side and lower end on the other will help really sell that wealth gap there. Serena, thank you so much for the follow. Didn't realize you had that. Nice. Make a mid-century modern house just for the chimney. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So I'm going to leave that one there for you. Oh, I guess I'll put it on the gallery because I did the roof. But yeah, I feel like focusing on materials would help with this one a lot. Possibly replacing the windows on the rich person side as well, but I'll leave that up to you. To build like a nerd requires more research, but it would be possible to just do the build tutorial as part of a stream. No script is showing us how to do it. Possibly. Yes, because the reason the like a nerd stuff takes so much longer is because there's the research portion, right? So it's like, what is it? It's 2 to 5 hours finding sources and reading through them and getting a draft script. Another 2 to 5 hours to do the build and get it down to where I can actually make a tutorial out of it. Another hour or so prepping to actually record it, so I need to take screenshots of everything, measure things out, make sure I'm giving you the right dimensions while we're building, stuff like that. It's a lot. And then you get into editing. Worried about spacing, so you're happy. I do think it's good. I think it's nice. So we could work on that potentially. I have also been thinking about doing a stream that is a tutorial on how to make videos, like going through my entire scripting and recording process for just a very small video. Like, here's how we're going to make a bathroom today, right? Because I thought that might be helpful for some of you budding content creators out there. Pug Shane. I think this is the last one we're going to do before I take a break, because my voice is starting to go and I need to warm up my tea. But I will get to the rest of the list. And again, if you're not able to stay for the whole thing, the stream will be up tomorrow on YouTube. I make all the chapters with your gallery ID so you can find yourself quickly. But yes, we're going to do Pug here, and then I'll take a break and come back. 20 by 15. Need help with the exterior so it doesn't feel so boring. Heck yeah. Fantastic. Go find a 20 by 15 over here. A tea hazard. Wow. Welcome in, Heb. Happy to have you here. This fair. No, I appreciate it. I genuinely do consider everyone's opinions and stuff, because I don't really watch Sims content that much anymore. Like, if I have time to consume Sims content, I'd rather create it. So I don't know what's happening out there. I don't know what's happening in the Sims world. If there are trends, I'm not aware of them. I don't know what's happening. So yeah, if you guys come in with ideas or like, hey, so-and-so created this, that is actually really helpful for me to know. Outsource the research to the community. Don't mind your contribution. I saw that. That was very funny. Ooh, okay. Cool beans. I feel like the... Oh, gosh dang it. Please hold. How to make videos would be nice. I think that doing like a stream event like that, I'm going to schedule it out a ways. Like it'll be scheduled out a month and I will advertise it pretty heavily so that you can be there and ask questions live about how do you use this editing program? Wait, why are you exporting to that codec? Like the little things. What I wanted to do was click the gallery button because I wanted to make sure I was on the right side of the lot for the front. Help with the exterior so it doesn't feel so boring. So, what is boring about this exterior? It is beige. Beige, 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 beige. You're using floor trim, which is fine. If you're going to use floor trim, I prefer that you have different textures on both sides of the floor trim, which you did here, so that's fine. But it's just... I think you need some contrast. I think contrast is what we need to do here. So if I were to just keep what we have here currently and try to make it better just by re-swatching things, I'm going to turn all of the windows white. I'm going to leave the roof trim white. We're going to do the windows white. We're going to do the door white, right? All that. Columns are already white. The roof trim is white. The floor trim is white. And then I'm going to take my paneling. There we go. We could do this white as well, or we could try and bring it down a bit. So it's currently this color, which means the next step down would be this one, which is quite warm, but I think it will still work with what I'm trying to highlight here. So darker color on the bottom, and then grab this one, and this one we're actually going to make a little bit lighter to do a lighter color on top. So the darker color reads as heavier, so it'll anchor the build. The brighter color on top should look lighter and brighter. You're the only running joke because you have no actual good commentary. I appreciate it. I appreciate the joke. It makes me laugh every time. I'm a person who's, if you say something and I'll say you're a whatever you just said right back, that's my running joke that I think is hilarious. So this is one way to increase the contrast. I think another thing we could consider would be, also I'm going to switch over to this brick. It's the same texture, just without the corner pieces, and since this build isn't big enough to have the corner pieces show up, we're going to switch over. I'm going to take this one in a slightly darker color. I'm going to put this on the bottom of the build because brick is a heavier material and our eyes know that. And then I'm going to take the wood, which is a lighter material, also less busy because it has fewer lines, and we're going to take that one and place this up top. So that would be another way to increase the contrast of the build and help the materials feel a little bit more set. So those are some directions I would go with the siding, increasing the contrast. I feel like that helps a decent amount. I like your roof already pretty well. I'm gonna fix the roof trim because it's not quite there. This one does need to be brought back a tile and then hold shift to remove that eave, so that'll take care of that little gap you were having there. If you were to do something like this with the very high contrast, I would just go ahead and go in with a straight up black roof instead of this sort of warm gray you have here. So that would be contrast as an option to make it look less bland. You could also go in with color. Like bringing some color into this would also be lovely. I think the shape is fine. I think the roof is fine. I think your windows and everything are fine. I think you just need to up the contrast. Nope. Gallery. So as a reminder, this is where we were. It's fine. Like it's a fine looking house. But I think increasing the contrast will help. I also know that this is looking very suburban. I was just trying to make a point with the contrast stuff. If we wanted it to look less suburban, what else could we do? We could go in with stone on the bottom. I don't know if this will actually be less suburban, but I can pretend. A girl can dream. Ooh, we could go in with something, a nice warm tone here. That's almost more farmhouse there if we bring that in. What about columns? Use those to spice things up. Ooh, actually, great call. So because I removed the columns from the corners of our build, we could go in with these columns on the corners instead. Something like this. That would also increase the contrast and just provide a little bit of definition. So that's totally an option as well. And if we do this and it frames out this area, hold shift to just remove one section of trim at a time, by the way. We could do my favorite thing, which is break up all the horizontal lines and actually bring this texture all the way up. Or, conversely, this texture all the way down. Whichever one you think looks better. And that will give your eye somewhere to travel vertically, because right now it's just very horizontal with the broken up colors and everything. So I think columns were a great idea. I think that the roof and the shape and everything are totally fine. Just need a little bit of contrast. So that's where I'm going to leave that one. I guess I'll put it on the gallery for you again. Why not? House, question mark. Alright. Doesn't feel oh, and the landscaping. I didn't look at the landscaping. Ooh, okay. Easy peasy. So currently we're going to count how many different types of plants we have in the landscaping. 1, 2, 3, 4. Different swatches count. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 plants. That is too many plants for such a small space. What we want to do is we want to pick one big green thing, one bush type plant, the grass or the fern or this fern. We want to pick 1 or 2 flowers. So this one and or this one and or this one and or this one, and then 1 low filler plant. I prefer this one. I always use it, so we're going to get rid of that one. I don't think this one fits with the climate, so I'm going to get rid of that, and I just don't like this one, so we're going to stick with the ferns. Resize with the bracket keys on your keyboard. Let's do, I like these. I don't use these much. So I'm going to grab a few of these now and bring those guys in like that. And we could use these instead of the low-lying pale yellow flowers, but we're not going to today. And because I ended up using so much white on the build, I'm going to bring in these white flowers as well. So, we have simplified the landscaping by reducing the total number of plants we have, but it still looks interesting because we have an assorted heights of plants, so it goes up and down a lot. We have assorted green colors of plants. We have a very vibrant green here. This green's a bit more yellow. We've got the darker green with these yellow flowers here. Oh, I had to delete that one. And by resizing the plants with our bracket keys, we can still get that variety of shape and height even more so without adding 7 billion different types of plants. Booyah. So I think that's the end. So there's landscaping, simplified, house, increase the contrast. I think the core is really good. I'm excited to see if you bring this one back or what you come back with in the future. So there we go. Put this back on the gallery. The hashtag for the live stream is sahmhelplive. Just 3 words all together because it's super fun and unique. But if you ever do upload stuff with hashtag Sam and Bean, just like the username or whatever, the gallery doesn't tell me about it, obviously, because the gallery's dumb. But I do look it up about once a month just to see what you guys are up to. You know, I just spam plants. That's fair. It's a year on TikTok, so if you're interested, if you like how I build, I do have a playlist of landscaping tutorials on TikTok. I also have 2 very long landscaping guides that are, in my opinion, quite comprehensive, that goes over plant composition, how to know which plants to put in which climates, how to pick plants depending on the style of build, like suburban versus fancy garden, stuff like that. I do have those on YouTube as well. But I think that this is a good place to start on this one. It's a very cute house, isn't it? Also, these are lights, I think, which I never thought about using those as planter boxes, but I kind of like it. That's pretty fun. All right. My voice is dying, so I need to give it a rest. When we come back, I've got 4 builds on the queue currently, so we'll take a look at those. For now, I will let you all look at the lovely break screen, see some super cool stuff our community's been making lately. And I'll be back in 5 minutes or so. we're back. We have a Victorian house now. Isn't this fun? So, let's talk about it. Nope. Hello. There we go. The notes I have is the exterior is boring, and pretty much just like we had with the last build we looked at, just a different color this time. It's extraordinarily monochrome. Now, I'm guessing that whoever you're building this for, whether it's a real person or a sim, they just really, really like dark colors, and there's nothing wrong with that. But we can keep it dark and still make it look a little bit more interesting. The graphics are so good compared to yours. So last year for our Streamathon event, we did some graphics updates so we can have nice stream stuff. Thank you all very much for that. Nope, right here, iron railing, there we go. So for example, this iron railing comes in black, obviously, but we could also bring it in this bronze color. Sorry, the hiccups have decided to join us a little later than usual today. So if we were to bring that in, the house is still dark, but it has a little bit of brightness to it. So if I were to also do the same thing here, bring that in bronze, and what do you come in? No, that's gross. Never mind. Don't do that one. Yeah, so there are ways to increase the contrast but still keep it dark, because contrast is interest, right? The contrasting colors, the contrasting patterns, all that stuff, that's what makes it interesting. So we have that. I think another thing we could do is right now your shingle texture and your siding texture are darn near identical. So I think that we could do something with that. I'm wondering if I want to bring this down a little bit. Maybe? Sorry, I got completely sidetracked there. Right, roof walls. Roof walls are going to be a pain, aren't they? Can I bring this back? Oh, no. Alright, I see what you did and why you did it. I'm sorry, I got distracted. Okay, your siding texture and your roof texture are the same. We do not need to do that. We can mix it up a little bit. So, oh, another thing I was talking about with the last one was vertical interest. So, let's pretend that we are going to take the... Oh, this was built with vampires. Let's take the vampire brick. I'm going to do this one because it's dark but warm, especially if we're going to keep that brassy... What is this called? A fence! A fence, railing, whatever it is. So we could bring that in, which will bring in some of that warm color, not just all black. We can bring in a few other colors as well. So that will bring some height to the middle of the build by helping us focus on the tower. And then we could go in with a slightly more plain siding elsewhere, because we still have that very textured brick, but now we don't need the shingle siding and the shingles to be the same. Or if you want to keep the shingle siding, we're going to reduce the number of shingles on the roof. Unless you're specifically going for a shingle Victorian, which this does not really look like, I think it's okay to mix it up a little bit. This is bringing back all the headaches you got dealing with the porch roof. It's, yeah, roofs and fences do not get along, and it's very annoying. I would like to see, probably not the gray, because you built this with specifically cats and dogs and vampires. There we go. Yes, right, that's all shingles. No, that is way too light. Alrighty, never mind. This stuff it's gonna be. That's just brown. I wanted... Alright, I guess that this would literally be it for our siding, which wasn't quite what I was looking for. That's gonna make it a little bit too light, I think. That gets rid of a lot of your dark, spooky vibes. Alright, fine. You can stay there. We're gonna switch out the shingles instead then. So, I'm gonna switch them out to either this one, which is just going to look... the shingles are larger than what's on the side of the roof, or this one, in which case the shingles are larger and a completely different shape, which will also help it look a little bit less samey. Unfortunately, that is as dark as that one goes, which is not ideal. We really want to keep the roof dark to help with our contrast situation. So probably that one. The house is very nice, isn't it? Talked about me in the Sim stream earlier. Go to for technical, historical, and general fun. You're very sweet. Don't tell your husband you just grabbed the tortilla chips. Tortilla willikers. How American am I today? Tortilla chips. Don't worry, your secret is safe for me. Feel free to use whatever packs if it makes it easier. Learning to improve. Okay, cool. Well, in that case, don't mind if I do. So yeah, very dark. That's fine. Dark is fine. The issue is it's just still a little bit too I don't want to say monochromatic because that's the whole point. But there's just not enough contrast. It's not dynamic enough. There we go. This is what I wanted. So this is from Growing Together. This is a very nice black exterior siding. It's a nice narrow paneling, so you've got that going for you. This would be completely appropriate for a Victorian style build. And it's going to not be as busy as all of these shingles, which I really think is biting you in the butt here. So there's that. We have increased the contrast by adding some colors. They're not very exciting colors, but they are technically colors. And we've helped it not look so flat by changing up the textures. So now that our eye can see two very different textures here between the shingles and the siding, our eyes are like, oh, there's more going on here. It's not literally all just the same texture. You call them tortilla chips. You call tortillas tortillas. That's adorable. I try to do things right, but I don't know. So we're gonna start with that there. Oh, what else do I need to do? Now your windows are all arched windows, which is fine. You could come in with these and give them a brighter color for more contrast if you wanted to bring more interest to the build. I know that people building things all black is like, maybe I need to make so many videos I need to make, so little time. It would be nice to make a video talking about how to make a dark build without just making everything black, just because I think that that's something, again, no offense to you specifically, something the community at large could use some help with. But just bringing in this slightly brighter color is, I don't want to make the build bright, right? But I do want to make it more visually interesting. I don't even know if I would stick with this color specifically, but just as an example, how it's still dark and moody, but there's something happening, something to look at. So there's that. I would also not use these windows for this build specifically because this is very clearly supposed to be quite Victorian, and these windows are very mission style, so I would love to see you try something else. If you have Strangerville, I know everybody's so surprised I'm about to bring up Strangerville. If you have Strangerville, okay, it has very nice windows and they have the point here, which is more Victorian. I could bring it in our bright wood color here. It also comes in black and some other nice colors. This nice navy blue, which could also be fun to experiment with some black and blue together. So there's that one. Or just honestly bringing in these simple windows that would be more renovated. Oh, dang it. That's right. They expand. Never mind. Don't do that one. I mean, there's this one, but this one's not very exciting. That's just quite basic, but it could work. It'd be more historically appropriate. Or, was it this one I was thinking of? I think I was thinking of this one. Yeah, this one. This one would also be a little bit more appropriate, pane count wise and shape wise. So those probably go for one of these shapes instead. Me advocating for Strangerville? I know. Shocking. Sabrina! Late, but here. And that's what matters. We have an all flat black house on your street next to a very bright turquoise house with bright yellow trim. That sounds delightful. You only use the mission ones because your packs are limited. Oh no, fair. For sure, for sure. Cats and dogs. The cats and dogs windows actually might work as well. I know, I love Strangerville. We're leaving those there. So yeah, going in with these, probably in this one. They are a little craftsman, they're a little colonial, but they're at least colonials from the same part of the country as this house style would have been popular in. as opposed to the more mission-style colonials, which would be more the southern, Southwest America moving into Mexico. This would be more of the northern half of the 48 that we're looking at style-wise here. So these windows would make some sense there. So you could definitely do the cats and dogs windows, I think. All right, was there anything else specifically I wanted to point out here? Really, I think that it just looked so flat. Everything was so similar in texture and color. So that's why I wanted to bring in some slightly different colors, slightly different textures, mix it up a little bit. So that's where I would recommend pushing yourself next time you build like a super dark, moody house. Try to bring in a little bit of color somewhere, just a little bit. It'd be fun to hear the neighbors gripe about each other. That would be really funny. So I don't know if this is helpful, but I'm gonna pretend that it was. Heck yeah. Oh, and then we could of course change out this chimney to match stones or bricks or whatever we're doing, but yeah, so that's... I would recommend exploring this. Switch up your textures a little bit, try and bring in a little bit of contrast. Very helpful? Yay, I win. And if it's not and you're lying to my face, that's totally cool too. I will put it on the gallery if you want. I know that you have pack limitations and stuff, but who knows? Maybe this will be helpful for somebody. What world is this? This world is Strangerville. It's my favorite. So Strangerville is a game pack, but it comes with a whole world that has 2 neighborhoods, plus a secret lab lot that's not really part of any of the neighborhoods. It's very pretty. I mean, look at this. Just absolutely gorgeous, like Grand Canyon, Badlands type stuff. So beautiful, beautiful world. Fantastic build mode stuff. Hate the houses that it comes with. Oh my word. This is an EA house right here. Blech. Nasty. But the world is very pretty, and the stuff that it comes with is very pretty. So still a pack worth getting. Just replace all the houses and you'll be fine. Kelsey, you made it too. Fantastic. I'm glad that you guys were able to join us. Please never worry about being late. I'll be late to my own funeral. I'm gonna grab a drink, because apparently my voice is just... Oh, you know what? That's fair. I talked like all day Friday last week, and I think I'm still recovering. Because we had family stuff in the morning, and then a wedding in the afternoon, and then I streamed Friday night. It was a lot. Alright, 3 builds left, and I think I'm going to close it at that, because we are 11 o'clock, and I do have to get the kid up for school. But we will get through these last 3. So we have stegopotamus. I can type and spell, and do so many fun things. Bargain Bend base game version 2. I love how busy everything is here.
Thank you very
like
much.
This gallery page just punches you in the face. This is fantastic. I love this. Sarah, thank you so much for the follow. I just bought the pack a few weeks ago. You haven't touched the world yet, so you know what you're doing next. Dude, the world is gorgeous. And the windows. Oh my gosh, the windows are amazing. I love them so much. I use them all the time. Just ignore the EA houses that are in the world. They are disgusting. What am I doing? Bargain Bend base game version 2. Base game Bargain Bend. There we go. Shell, roof, make the angled porch work better. Oh, okie dokie. So this is a 3020, which we are on already, so I'll just put it here. There we go. Only able to pop in for a little bit, but wanted to say hi. Well, thank you for swinging by. I appreciate it very much. Okay, what we have here is a super fun house. Oh, you used a debug pond. Nice. I remember when we couldn't have ponds, so we all had to do this if we wanted a pond in our lot. Man, those were the days. So, the shell shape itself, obviously, the issues you're going to have with roofing are primarily going to be around this area. One way that we could immediately make that easier, one way we could immediately make roofing this section easier is by not forcing that specific angle. But if we bring this out 1 tile like this, that is going to be a much easier shape to roof. just because it's actually coming out a little bit. It gives us more space to work with. So if you were to change anything, it would be bring that wall out a little bit. That would help a lot. Sometimes the debug ponds are still the easier option. You know what? That's fair. So even if like we just do this and we just pull that same roof piece out. Now I need to put the eaves on, but there we go. Yeah, already the transition? Sure, the transition between the other pieces just looks so much better. So just pulling that out I think would be like the one thing to change here. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry about the hiccups. I can't apparently control them. Okay, so that's how that would go. Let's see, if we're gonna take a look at the whole roof, it's easier for me to just get rid of all the pieces and take a look. So, yeah, I feel like that would still be the same for over here. For the front, I'm going to remove the ceiling here so I can see that better. Yeah, this is going to be a little tricky, but we'll make it work. We'll figure it out. I'm going to... Well, pretty much my only option for this area I know is going to be that diagonal gable, so so we're going to put that back, just right there. Delightful. From here, what do I want to do here? If I bring this through here, that roofs that, essentially, and I know that I'm going to have another roof covering here, but let me think for a moment. If I bring that there, and then, I mean, I'm pretty much just going to be doing the exact same thing you already had, I fear. There aren't that many options. I bring this in here. I can pull that back there. How far back can I pull this? Nope, that's going to be the limit right there. Alright, good to know. So to make those line up, we'll have to do that. Yeah, I think that this is pretty much the only option, reasonably, without making a ton of changes for this roof here. Now we do have this issue. Trying to build, and for some reason the window keeps clipping to the level above, so it just breaks the window when you put it in the right spot. That is weird. Have you tried moving the grid between places? Alright, so that's not gonna work. But I don't really want to change the rest of it over here because this is all working so well. Everybody's playing so nice together over on this side. Alright. Put that there, put that there. For this here, the octagon would fit kind of, but the issue with bringing an octagon in here is then we need it to connect to the rest of the house. Which we could I use a gable in this direction? I'm gonna line the middle of my gable up with the middle of my octagon here. So there's the middle of the roof, there's the middle of the octagon. We're going to match the pitch. I'm gonna drag that over there. I can because we moved this out a tile. Okay. So I can do that there. It doesn't fix everything. We still have a valley here, but it's a start, and it makes the front look pretty okay. Shifting the grid doesn't help. Darn. Deleted the upper wall too. I have no idea. I'm so sorry. I feel like it should have been more creative. I feel like it's creative enough. Yeah, and I can't really do much about that, so we're just gonna have to... we'll figure it out. It'll be fine. It'll be super duper fine. I think that shape-wise this is alright. Really, I don't like having this valley area here, but I fear that the only way to really change that would be to bring this roof piece around here, and then we're gonna have to do one of the sneaky things in the middle here. Oh, which sneaky thing can we do? Can we do this one? Let's just line this up with the octagon again. In the middle, get rid of the eaves. I I feel like this is not going to work very well either. Yeah, that's just going to make a little W section, which isn't very helpful. And if I get rid of those two things, then it lines up, but then we have a gap there, so I'm going to get rid of that again. Goodbye. It was nice knowing you. So this valley here might just be the best of what we're going to get there. What's happening on TikTok that they're so mean? What? I don't think anybody's being mean on TikTok right now. TikTok? It's not creative enough. Oh, that was me. Karime, that was me. No, I said it's creative enough. Steg said, that's okay. I feel like I should have been more creative with bump outs, but if you think it's okay. And I was like, I think you've been plenty creative. No, that was me being a bully. I'm sorry. Am I going to get canceled? Oh no. Anyway, what was I doing here? I still need to figure out what to do with this. Because it would be easy if I could push this over here, copy this piece, put it in the same spot. But if it was wider, like this, then I could very easily put this here. Bibbidi boo, da 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 blah. But that doesn't look very great everywhere else. I don't love this here. And it really doesn't help my octagon situation either. I don't like it. So I'm gonna leave this piece like this and figure something else out here. Probably this. This is a half hipped roof piece. Gosh dang it, I was wrong. This is also going to be stupid. Alright. Well, it was nice knowing you. You're about to jump someone. No, it's just me. Alright, I'm gonna get rid of that. Ugh. So the issue with this piece is, because we have this diagonal section here, again, unless I were to take this roof piece and make it deeper, so bring it over here. Hello. Hello. There we go. Right, bring this up like this, which I really don't want to do for a multitude of reasons, including, but not limited to, that. Oh gosh, this is just depressing. This is what would let me have a roof piece here. Or I guess it doesn't need to be that far, it could be here. But that makes this situation somehow feel even worse. I don't like it. And then to cover this roof piece up, I'd have to push it back. Like that, maybe? I do not like it. I don't mind the angled porch though. Is it getting worse? YouTube throwing a fit for anyone else. It does appear to be on YouTube's end. It does not appear that I'm having issues on OBS. So unfortunately, it is YouTube. Is it throwing a fit for me? Let's see. Stream settings, analytics, stream health. Excellent. Stream is healthy. Fantastic. Yeah, and it's doing playback for me just fine, so I don't know. I'm sorry. Spirit is also baffled by the window problem. You're reloading the entire game. I wish you the best of luck. So I think that we can keep the angled deck, or we can keep this little bump out here, because I really don't mind this. It's not the best shape we've ever seen, but I don't think it's the worst. I think it's cute and unique, and this little area here is forgivable considering the circumstances. However, that would mean that I would have to come in here and just slice this off, and I don't love that. Oh, that was incredibly incorrect. Alright, we're gonna move that here. Right. And then just delete that. Nope. I would like the foundation. Can't clone it. Cool. Guess we're saving. Alright. Indy, hello! Glad you could stop in. I hope that you're doing alright. We've missed you, but I also know life happens. So when you're ready to be back more, just know that we're happy to have you. Alright. See, if I get rid of that, and then I can have this side of the house look like this, which is not too bad. I genuinely don't hate this. I know it's a little bit against the rules, but I think it's alright, again, considering the circumstances. And this side looks pretty okay as well. So, yeah, I think I'd make those couple of minor changes. This does mean that this area is going to be less than... Oh, I moved your pillows. I'm sorry. Less than ideal. This room, I think, is still a reasonable size. It didn't mess up the bathroom. So, I think that's going to be my proposed solution for that one. So we've got... Good work, though, because I made the living room bigger. Yes. The worst shapes are your challenges. Okay, well, worse by, like, stream rating reasons, or worse by, like, challenge reasons? Because those are two different things. The roof is making you want to cry. Indy, I appreciate the positivity. Alright. I'll put this on the gallery for you to yell at yourself. We can all scream and build together sometimes. There we go. Good night. Have to be up early, so you must sleep. Sleep well. Thanks for hanging out with us this evening, and I wish you the best of luck with your life tomorrow. That sounds passive-aggressive. It wasn't supposed to be. I'm just tired. Karime has an update for us. So we started the stream roasting this tiny rustic home. Do I get to roast it again? Oh, right. This is a 20 by 15, so I need to go to a different lot size. This will be fun. The window glitch is making you want to scream, so we're gonna vote together. Yay! We're all screaming together! I'm gonna put it down here, because I can. I do need to show you. So Karime is the moderator who helps organize the build help list. I would just like to help you all notice the note that was left here for me, which is very amusing. Alright, so this is an update of the build that we roasted earlier, which had a bathroom in the basement and no interior walls, and it was rough. So, what do we have? What do we have now? We have a house that was created with move objects. We have landscaping. We have terrain paint, which shockingly seems to work even in this lot that I randomly placed it in. We have a slightly unique and interesting front door. It's not too unique and interesting, just enough. The roof is so many pieces. It is. Oh my goodness, look, we have a backyard that almost kind of sort of makes sense. We still can't use the planter box. But that's fine. We still have two spaces we can't use, but whatever. We do have a back door now. So that's an improvement as well. You love this lot, isn't it fun? Let's see, and if we go inside, oh my goodness, we have a whole... So you too can look like me. Ka-chow. Why do we have two sinks? So we went from 0 sinks to 2 sinks. I see how it is. We've got a lovely dining room. We've got a beautiful little kitchen. We have an appropriate amount of seating for a 1-bedroom home. We even have a bathroom. That makes sense. There's no cactus. I do kind of miss the cactus, but I will live. And oh my goodness, an office that's not right inside the front door? What an improvement. So, this is 2 tiles fewer than the house we looked at earlier. Very similar vibes, but a far better use of space. The kitchen is still quite large for the home, but you have back door to the garden area. You have an appropriate number of seats for the bedroom situation, and arranged in such a way where it doesn't take up half the house. We have a much more reasonably laid out living room and office and entryway. So overall, I would say that this is a massive improvement. Ford, welcome in. Mama Ford also likes this build. Well, there you go. Stamp of approval. And check this out. No basement bathroom, which is just honestly the best part. So there you go. You too can improve your builds. Still have a little bit of funkiness happening with the windows. Still can't use all the planter boxes, but by and large, much more playable, much more aesthetic. Great job. High five. You like the tiny study? Isn't that cute? It's fantastic. I keep forgetting this is an actual lot. I keep thinking it's set dressing, but it's an actual lot, which means we have these items in build mode, which means we can build this. And yet we never knew. Why? Why is that? Somebody put that on the wheel for Tiny Town, please and thank you. Alright, there you go. You've redeemed yourself. This is Karime's build. We started off roasting... I was gonna show you. Maybe not. Alright, well, we started off stream roasting one of the builds, and this is a redo of the build. So there you go. It does fit in, right? Isn't that interesting? It might be under Tiganosaurus Rex. Ian wasn't available. Okay. I will keep that in mind. Will we go and take a look? Yeah, account ID. Let's see. What do I have? I have Tiganosaurus Rex. This is what I had written down. You're saying it might be A. Like this, or... No, you're fine. I'm just glad that you're still here, because then I would just be lost and sad. Oh, it's loading something now. Or we still have Saurus Rex at the end of this, which is also a possibility, but I can't click anything else right now. You had to retake your reputation. It was, you know what, you said don't look at the old stuff, so I did. I built a trailer park on the lot next door for the micro shell challenge. It is very fun. The gallery, dude, the gallery has been the bane of my existence. Okay. Again. I'm gonna try to add a Saurus Rex at the end. Nope. Dang it. Do we have the lot title? We do have the lot title. So we might be able to find it by that. Maybe. Wow. That worked splendidly. What is this? The gallery isn't loading on your, I don't know. So I look at me trying to search stuff by name. Nothing's happening. Well, I'm very sad about this. Wow. That's super cool. It's tired. Possibly slip your build in just to see if we can figure out a workaround for the windows. Possibly. Possibly. I would really like this to work, but it won't let me type anything else. Nope. Oh no. Well, I am bummed. If you're able... Pines, is your build on the gallery right now? Because, Tegan, if you're able to figure out... Is it on the hashtag? It is not on the hashtag, I believe. If you're able to figure out a hashtag, or if we're getting the ID wrong, or if it's just the gallery. Spirit's looking right now. Alright. Well, we could take a look at the window issue, maybe. If the gallery loads, or maybe we'll just all crash and burn. Speaking of crashing and burning, I've not actually made the map for Tiny Town yet, so I'll be doing that in Discord tomorrow. I'll go into the Sam stream sometimes, screen share channel thing. And then if you guys want to join in, I'll be there. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to fix anything. Around what time? Probably late morning-ish, so like 11 to 13 hours from now, somewhere in there. I'll tag the nerds. So if you have the nerd role, I'll tag you when I know when. It just depends on what happens tomorrow morning as I'm getting the kids to school and all that jazz. really should fix it. Oh, wouldn't it be great if the game was fixed? But alas. Okay, well, I don't seem to be able to search by title. I don't seem to be able to bring up hashtags anymore, and I don't seem to be able to do really anything. I'm very sad. Imagine having to pay more for a functional game. Yeah, it's rough. The issue with the gallery will only let you place some lots and not others. We're just having problems. I am very sorry. I was really looking forward to this one because you said the challenge was make small studios feel bigger, and that seemed really fun. Is there any chance? If you're interested, if you're not already in our Discord, I would love to have you join. We have a channel there for build help just like all the time. And if you're able to share it there, then I could look at it and we don't have to worry about this whole gallery nonsense thing because you can just upload screenshots or whatever. If you're interested. It's a big green button at the top of my website. If you're interested. I don't want to pressure you into that. You could also come back next time, or we could just part ways and never see each other again. Whatever works best for you. Unfortunately, I think that the stream is done at this point, which I'm very sad about. I was really looking forward to this one. But it is what it is. My gallery is loading now, so that's, or my, whatever this is, my library. So that's fun. But it is what it is. It's the best Discord, besides yours, of course. Well, of course, you have to be your own favorite. Obviously. This is better on. Well, thank you for hanging out. I'm really sorry that we couldn't get your build on here today. I'm very bummed. I hope we get another chance, though. Any tips on how to roof rounded porches? Ooh, okay. I have a whole video all about roofing round rooms with pretty much every shape combination I could think of. I'm going to go ahead and say I'm going to build a round porch. If you have... Hang on, let me get set up here. I'm going to do a perfect circle because those are easier. If it's a perfect circle, it's going to be easier. So let's pretend that this is my porch, alright? And this is my house. If I can put a circle on here, obviously we want to make sure it's the right size so it's lining up right with the edge. So this round porch is 4 tiles. We want our roof to be 4 tiles. And then to help this roof blend in with whatever roof we have going on here, I'm going to take a gable, which will also be 4 tiles. And if I line it up with the middle of the circle, it'll help that look a lot more seamless. And so we're just going to pretend that I have a roof here like this. And we're just going to fix that a little bit. So that will have your nice round roof here, but it won't have that weird gap. So if we got rid of this, then there's a weird gap. Whoopsies. And if we put the gable back, there's not a weird gap. Obviously, you're probably going to want to change the pitch, and you're going to want to change the color and columns and all that jazz. But if you are just really struggling with that weird gap in the middle, I highly recommend grabbing that gable piece to fill that in. That's my top tip on round porches. Aside from that, sometimes it's just not going to be possible. Let's see, for this one, look here, like if I drag this out, so if it's round at the end but straight on the sides, bring that gable out, that'll cover up the gap again. I don't know why there's a wall there. There we go. So that might help. That, and if it's just really, really struggling, if you can extend your flat wall by 1 tile on the side, that can often help with some awkward shapes as well. And I would ask if you just have a build you want me to try and roof a porch on, but the gallery is not letting me do anything anymore, so this is the end. This is the end of the stream. Oh well. We'll just call it an early bedtime. It'll be alright. Let's see. So, build up streams are every first Monday, so the next one will be the 6th of October. 6th of October we'll be back with build help. In the meantime, we do have a build help channel specifically in our Discord, so you can just bring builds there if you're stuck. That's a great place for just to get community input and stuff there. I know, Ford, I'm sorry, but it's just the gallery is not working anymore, so we can't, and I'm very sad about it. Well, We'll be live again on Wednesday with Tiny Town, which is our annual streamathon thing. I just build a tiny town until I can't anymore. It's great fun. And then once Tiny Town's done, we'll be doing a save file, which I'm excited for. And maybe someday, if I can get my health back under control, we can do more long format videos again. But for now, it's just going to be streams because they're just gentler on my body. So this is where we're at. I will leave you a dance cat as always, because why wouldn't I? Thank you all for hanging out with me tonight. I look forward to seeing you guys on Wednesday or in the Discord. Sleep well. Bye!